Did you have another question I heard, or?
Yeah, it wasn't a question. It's something that I forgot to mention. So I think it was like a week or two ago, where you guys were talking about UFC 300, where it's like the best knockout you've seen was Holloway knockout Gaethje, where he was pointing in the center of the ring and the fifth round, and they started swinging and knockout. Mikey, you got to admit, Masvidal versus Askren. What do you think about that?
It's a great knockout too. But if you're talking about all encompassing of a fight, I mean, you had 24 minutes and 59 seconds of an absolute war between Gaethje and Holloway. We only had 3 seconds of Masvidal versus Ben Askren.
Good point. You got me there. That's a good point. All right, that's all I had, man.
All right, here.
You've never seen the Jorge Masvidal knockout of Ben Askren?
Oh yeah, I have actually. That one right there.
Flying,
yeah, right. The flying. Yeah, there it was.
The guy went,
Yeah, they start it up. It takes 2 seconds. And boom. That's it. Fight over. Man, that's so crazy. Oh, that hurts.
I can't wait for June 1st when Nate Diaz fights him again. I can't wait to see that boxing fight.
That'll be good. I'm getting into UFC, so yeah, you send me the streams, I'll watch them. I can't keep track of it, but you send me the streams and I'll watch them. So, anything else, George?
So, Dom, when you and Mikey ever been in a fight where either like you guys were knocked out and came to, or you knocked somebody out silly and just got a little nervous, like, oh shit?
Mikey, you can go first.
I've slept a couple people, yeah. I've got knocked out with a baseball bat one time. That wasn't really in the middle of a fight. It was like he was just swinging it around wildly while we were arguing, and I kind of caught it on the backswing, and it knocked the shit out of me. And I slept somebody at a bar one time. I kneed him in the face pretty hard.
Ooh, ouch. That's a good one. Damn.
Sweatshirt over the head, just bop, knee him, and he just crumpled.
Was it just like just a normal, typical bar interaction, like bumped into each other or some shit, or was it previous
bumped into
beef?
me, shoved me? You have no respect. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Oh yeah, really? And I just pulled the sweatshirt over his head and kneed him in the face.
Oh, okay. There you go. For me, as far as me ever being knocked out, only in football. And the one time I almost knocked myself out, the story I just told the other day where I fell into a wall. Oh, no, Dieter. I got knocked out when Dieter threw me into that wall. I forgot about that. During the football thing. Was that during the league? Was that a league thing?
Yeah, that was like a league thing, and he did the matador and pulled the sheet out in front of you and shoved you into the wall.
Yeah, that was a good quality concussion for sure. But me, as far as knocking anybody out, no confirmed, but pretty sure too, I think. I would be shocked if either of them were not. I one time, man, this is a long, drawn out story, but George, I'm going to hang up while I tell this story, all right?
Okay, all right, man, later.
Bye. All right, so me and my friend Dummer, the old intern that I worked with, we were in a beef with this dude named Phil. Phil lived in a house with a bunch of dudes. The beef, I don't even remember what the beef was about, actually, to tell you the truth. But long story short, one night when I had done probably about a half an ounce of yay with him and one other dude and his wife, in about a matter of 2 hours, decided that we were going to go end the beef. This was my idea, actually. I decided that we were going to go. I had enough of it. I was done with it. Because I was friends with both of them, but I had enough of all of it. So I said, we're just going to go in their house, and we're going to kick the shit out of Phil. We're going to walk in the door, and because I know he sleeps, I know where he sleeps, I know he'll be on the couch, and we can just walk in, and I said, we'll end this. I go, the two of you can fight. I said, the two of you can fight. I'll keep the rest of the people away while you guys fight, and that'll be it. Because I'm done with this. You two will fight tonight, and this will end. So nobody locked the doors where they live. So we had his girlfriend. Oh yeah, she was there blowing lines with us too. She ended up driving the two of us by their house. We jumped out, so there was no car in the driveway. We literally crept up like fucking ninjas up through the side of the house in the dark.
all yacked up. I can't. I'm just
Oh,
picturing this.
yeah,
This is so
thinking we're
funny.
all thinking that we're all fucking slick and ninjas
Thinking
or
that you're
whatnot.
being quiet and
Yeah.
and just looking like the most fucking suspicious motherfuckers in the entire world to
Yeah.
neighbors and everything.
Well, it was where this house was. It was far back from the street. It was a little dark. There was plenty of cover, so we were loud, but we got in. Nobody knew. We walked right in the front door. I woke up Phil, and I said, "You and Brennan are going to finish this right now." Oh, that was the other guy's name, Dumber. I said, "You two of you are going to finish this right now," and he got up, ready to fight. I mean, he was ready to go. He's that kind of dude. He said, "Let's go." And him and Brent, they just started fighting right in the middle of the living room. And everybody in the back of the house heard all the commotion. And they came running out. And the one dude, two of them just stayed back because they didn't want anything to do with it. And then the one dude came out who I was actually kind of buddies with from high school, but wasn't really like, he picked a side at that point.
Okay.
So I was like, he came running out and he goes, "I'm calling the cops. You guys get out of here." And he's a little tiny dude. And I literally just went whoop, and picked him up off the ground and held him up against the wall and said, "They're going to finish this. I'm done with all this." I wasn't really choking him. I was just kind of holding him there, like maybe kind of half shoulder, throat kind of holding. Because he's such a
bottom of the neck type of deal.
And I had him hooked under he's a little guy, so I had him hooked under his arm. So I held him for a while, and then I can't remember, he must have gotten away, or I just got tired of holding him and I let him go, and he ran and said, "I'm calling the cops." And then the dude ran to go call the cops. The two of them are tussling up against the wall in the living room. Phil's got Dumber up against the wall, like bent over into the wall, and Dumber doesn't quite have him in a headlock, but he's like trying to rain down bombs on his body, but he's like pinned against the wall and he can't do anything because Phil's much bigger and stronger. And as soon as Phil would have gotten him on the ground, it would have been over. So I'm watching this, knowing the cops are coming. His girlfriend's probably already waiting outside, so she's going to get in trouble too. And I said, "Phil, I know we're tight, but you've got to let go of him right now." And he's like, "I'm not fucking letting go of him." I said, "If you don't let go of him, I'm going to kick you right in your face." And he said, "Go ahead." And I had fucking Timberland boots on and fucking reared back, and I kicked my friend right in his face.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Dude, it wasn't even a good kick. It was like a kickball kick. It was like the most pathetic, like, I mean, it was hard because he dropped like a sack of potatoes and didn't move after that, and we just fucking ran. So I'm pretty sure I knocked him out in that story. But then that turned into another whole big rumble because he came back with more friends, and my parents' party, we had a brawl there.
He didn't take the ass whooping. He didn't take the ass whooping with.
No, it only grew. It only grew. It only grew after that. My parents would have a 10 keg party every Memorial Day weekend. And
this is the party you talked about when they all showed up, and it was like a giant beef.
An actual brawl where my parents' friends got into the fight and started fighting my friends and them because they didn't know who was who. They were just younger.
Oh, no shit. I never knew the origin of like how that happened. You said it was just a beef that had carried on and they showed up at the party, but now this is the backstory. No shit.
Oh, there's way more to it too. Like they had run into each other in a bathroom at one point, and like one of them just happened to be taking a leak, and they were like, "Look, you're so lucky you're taking a leak right now because I would kick your ass if you weren't." And like all this crazy. I mean, it would
kick somebody's ass when they're taking a leak. Dick in hand, absolutely punch them in the back of the head.
Almost got to that point, I think. I think the one was going to the bathroom, like they were jawing, and then I think somebody either the security guard came in, or it was at a bar. It was at an old slam. Okay. It was we had these bars called Slam Jams here. We were like the horrible club type bars. Yeah, they were crazy. But anyway, so there's that one, and then one just other random bar fight where some guy popped fly to my buddy, and I was insanely drunk and just decided, I'm just going to punch this guy. No real reason other than he popped fry to my friend, and he's got a punchable face. So it was really one of the only times I was ever really just an asshole drunk jerk and just hit somebody, because this guy he really didn't deserve it. He was just
Some people just have a punchable face.
Yeah, and he.
It's another dumb show.
Hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I am another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number 202. So good to have you guys all here with me tonight. I hope you guys had a good day today. And I'm glad to have you here. What's happening? If you've not already taken a second, if you're here and you haven't hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please take a second and hit the thumbs up on tonight's video. Like that shit, you motherfuckers. It's that simple. All you gotta do is take your thumb out of your ass, hit the thumbs up, then put your thumb back in your ear. Whatever you gotta do to support the show through your likes. Next up, what is that weird echo I'm hearing tonight? Check, 1, 2. What is this echo I'm hearing? Check, 1, 2. Oh, I know what it is. I didn't turn my monitor down. My bad. There we go. That should be better. What a weird ass echo that was. Anyway, yes, like the show, comment on the show, share the show, all that good stuff. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and then you will have access to our live chat. About 10 minutes after the show, after you subscribe, you'll have access to the live chat. That is the League of Dummies. I do see Boomer85 was our official first with the first emoji, but Jeff Jr., I got to give him much love. He's one of my former grooms and a super fan. Or I don't know if he's a super fan, but he's a dumb fan, so I'm going to give him a little bit of love. Good to see you both up there. Thank you, Jeff Jr. and Boomer. Don't forget, you can always download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music. If you don't want to watch the show while you're driving or doing whatever, and you just want to listen to the show, you can do so through YouTube Music. Don't forget to follow the show on Instagram at Another Dumb Show. And tonight, it's Friday night. Let's do Open Lines America. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. I'd love to hear from you guys. And you can come and hang out with me and my main man, Mikey. What's up, bro? How are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight?
I am good. Microphone worked on the first try, so that always makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. Well, I think it's whenever I figured it out. It's whenever I use the link from last time and I don't type it in fresh because I just close.
Oh, it just died. Your mic
Yeah,
just
of
cut
course
it.
it did. I hit the mute button.
Oh, that'll do it every
I was
time.
trying to turn off the in-person camera that I got that comes up in the top right corner or top left-hand corner, so I'm not seeing myself twice.
Yeah, that thing is a little weird.
But yeah, whenever I use the old link from the night before, it doesn't work at all. So I have to close out, explore, open it back up, and type in the link again.
Really? Can you just cut and paste it from the email or whatever?
Yeah,
you got to actually physically type it?
In the search bar is the address bar. As soon as I type in the letter V, it auto-populates to it. So.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, that's weird. I wonder why it does that. So, anyway, good to have you here.
My face is so shiny.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I noticed that right when I clicked over to you, I was like, "Boy, this guy's got a shiny face right now." Are you a zitty guy? Do you get zits? Were you when you were younger?
Not at all. No.
I'm so fortunate that I never had to deal with that. Poor B1. She's
showered today, fresh, clean. And I've got this I don't know.
Sheen, weird sheen on you or whatever. So,
I'm a fucking greasy wop,
Yeah, I hear you, man. You can say that. I can't say that. Welcome. Yep. Anyway, so dude, I had an awesome day today. I went and got my hair cut, which always puts me in a good mood. I love a good haircut.
Fresh.
Feels great. Thank you. I'm feeling like it's looking pretty good, so I'm actually pretty happy with it.
Thinking about cutting mine.
Couldn't have gone. Oh, dude, your hair looks good. You got to keep that fro, man. I love it. Yeah, I've always thought, because I've seen you in like every different hairstyle you've had, like all like literally bald fade with just a little short thing on top, all the way to the big afro.
Fade to the fro to now the long hair. Yeah, I'd change it up.
Although I don't think I've ever seen you with a beard and short hair. So that might look good. I've never actually seen that combo. It's usually short hair and clean shaven. or the full.
It's just getting so warm, and it is such a pain in the nutsack to wash, dude. Like, it's
Why
so
don't you go,
bad that,
man?
like, I'm a shower a day type of guy, 2 showers a day sometimes in the
Same here.
summertime.
Same
And
here.
dude, I'm showering like every other day. I'm putting, like, them plastic, the rubber shoe booties that you can put over your shoes
Yeah.
when you go into like somebody's house. They're like
Yeah.
plastic. They're just got. I'm using one of those as a fucking shower cap to not get my head wet.
That's pretty funny. I would love to see that. You should do the next show. You got to do your shower cap show.
Oh, did no doubt. I look like Big Perm.
That's fucking funny. So yeah, dude, got my hair cut today. And then I went, my buddy hooked me up with a, this app, that does these, auctions to get like stuff that's you can either get new stuff or just open box stuff. Really cheap.
No, don't get sucked in. Don't get
Bro.
sucked in for these little nickel and 10-cent and $1 and $2 fucking auction sites.
These are literal legit online auction. It's a legit thing.
I know.
They had a Nespresso machine, and it retails for $280. I got it for $60.
No shit.
It's legit. And I opened it. It works. It was brand new, like unopened, like literally a brand new.
You got it already?
Nespresso.
When you got onto the site, like last week or something?
Yeah, last week I think I got on the site. The bid was like, I think 3 or 4 days ago. I put the bid in, and it slowly, like, did I lose you?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
The Bills just made their draft pick.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, so what was I saying? I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, the Nespresso thing. So I put my bid in a couple days ago. I had a couple people like, there's a ton of these Nespressos in this auction. So, I mean, when I say a ton, there were like 20 of them. So I knew I was likely to win this thing. And sure enough, I did. It came with this sweet ass milk frother too. And it came with actual pods. So man, I'm set. I love fucking espresso. And so it'll be so nice to wake up in the morning, get a nice creamy espresso, and just fucking start your day like that. It just puts me in a good mood. And it's so quick.
I'm excited to come out to your house in June now. We're going to wake up in the morning, smoke an Allen, have an espresso.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So you're coming in June for Cam. And then what was the other one?
Back weekends. Dude.
Is it back
to back week?
That's going to be awesome. That's great.
I'm coming like we planned on doing like what, the 14th through the 16th, come up Friday night for the show, chill on Saturday, and then I leave on Sunday.
Yeah, so for people who don't know what we're talking about.
Cam Patterson.
Yeah, June 14th, I think, is when we're going to see Cam Patterson.
Friday night, yeah.
Okay, here in town at Pickwick. So if you haven't ever seen Cam Patterson, go check him out on Kill Tony. Very funny. I'm sure he's probably got Instagram and stuff you could follow. You ever seen the viral video about the guy saying, I'm not retarded, but I love rocks? That's Cam Patterson. So it's one of the funny. He's so funny. So we're going to go see him. And then we're going to go the next week. So Mikey's going to come in, hang out for the night. And then, I don't know if you got to go back to work Saturday or whatever. You can spend the weekend if you want.
We planned on getting on the Magic School Bus.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to hang out with some fun guys that weekend. That's a good one. So I almost have B1 talked into trying it. So,
really?
Yeah, she's never done them before. And I told her I think it's something we should do together. I think it would be good for us.
I'll walk her right through it in the easiest way possible. So dude, we're good.
Yeah. And I mean, I think maybe she could start a couple caps. You know what I'm saying? For her as a nice little ease into it. Yeah.
Half a gram to start, 45 minutes later, see how it feels. Add another gram after that.
So
she'll catch a nice steady buzz. Oh yeah, dude. She's in good hands.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. So perfect. All right. So we're coming in. So we'll spend that weekend. We're going to go see Cam. We're going to boom. You'll end up leaving Sunday probably. We'll recover. I wanted to have a recovery day to go before, get back to work on Monday just because I'm old and need a recovery day. So then that's that Monday you'll be going, or late Sunday night you go back. Then we have one scheduled for 4 days later.
Thursday.
For Thursday night to go see Adam Ray. another comic who's
Yep.
on Kill Tony that we both like, and he does Dr. Phil impersonate. I'm sure he won't probably be doing Dr. Phil. Maybe
No, it's
talk
not a
like
Dr.
him,
Phil
but
show. He does We'll be right back a bunch of times, but he's only got like 6 or 7 Dr. Phil shows scheduled across the United States, and there's specific shows that say Dr. Phil.
oh, that's pretty neat. I didn't know that he did that. That's actually pretty cool.
I can't believe he can do that.
It is pretty neat that he actually can have a second comedy act that he sells tickets for as a different act than his main act. That's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
and like completely mimic another human being.
Yeah.
Like use his book, and like I don't understand how this dude doesn't get like in trouble.
Well, I think Dr. Phil probably likes it. I think he's in that, he's in that Rogan circle, so he probably is cool.
Could
with
be.
It, so, yeah. Okay.
This dude's name is McConkey.
What's that guy's Lad McConkey? So you're watching the draft? I
McConkey,
see, and
yeah.
out of the corner of your eye, I'm seeing you watching the draft. So we'll talk.
I am, even though we got no picks tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk draft here. We'll go over everything that happened last
Yeah.
night. First,
But yeah, so and then Thursday I'm coming in, and then I got to work on Friday morning.
So yeah, that's right. I forgot to finish the story. And then you're watching Adam Ray, and then hanging out for 5 minutes afterwards, and then driving home to go back to work the next morning. So that's pretty crazy, dude.
But the good news
that's
about this
dedication.
is a 7 p.m. show, not a 9 p.m. Oh, I think it's going to happen 2 or 3 times in July. Just a heads up for Thursday night shows.
That sounds fun. That sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Need to do more stuff.
David Tell's coming. I can't remember the other 2, but David Tell's coming, and yeah,
Other
2
people
more that I need
Okay.
to see.
We'll have to check it out. Well, speaking of funny things, I got an email from Kevin, and the other day, Mike, you were you here when we talked about the conjoined twins? About
Oh yeah.
Okay. Somebody, Antonio Brown actually retweeted. I don't know if you've ever seen this. He retweeted the thing. It said,
His social media is great.
he's an interesting character, that guy, for sure. Why is this not letting me move up and down, but it will let me zoom? How weird is this? There we go. That's okay. So Antonio Brown tweeted about the conjoined twins. Here's his tweet. It says, "Don't buy the reading of books and listening to the podcast, CTESPN." I don't even understand what that sentence means. And then it says, "Your husband cheating, double the head." And then, so there's the picture of the two. And then somebody had mentioned this before, that they had actually commented, Brittany and Abby Hensel, the conjoined twins, once they got married, they broke down the question I had the other night. Because everyone is asking, we're just going to tell you, yes, I have sex with my husband. Yes, I go down on him. Yes, my sister Brittany is there. Yes, my sister and I orgasm as one. But when I sleep with my husband, she's usually reading a book or listening to a true crime podcast. So she just puts the pleasure out of her mind.
How can you put an orgasm out of your mind?
That's what I'm saying.
How can you put an orgasm out of your
Either
mind?
that guy's really bad.
You've seen women orgasm. It's like a minute.
Yeah, I mean, their legs shake. It's a whole big.
You're just making it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole big thing. So, yeah, I found that pretty funny for him to send that in, and because this is exactly what I was thinking the other night. So we actually got some confirmation now.
Imagine when the sisters are mad at each other. This girl that's reading a book after sex can be like, she faked it.
Yeah. Well, how, that's pretty funny. Well, I'm waiting for the other one. Like, how does, like, if the other one who isn't, like, what does she do when they're going down on, like, you can't read a book. You're stuck. I mean, you're just staring at the guy's hip. The head next to you is just fucking bobbing away.
How are you reading a book like this if you're getting hit from behind?
Yeah, they must have very specific positions that you have to do. Like, maybe they're on the edge of the bed and he pushes the one head off the side of the bed and so you can't see the one head.
Puffs the pillow for the other one, choking one and stroking the other's hair.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. What kind of weird kinky ass motherfucker is this guy got to be? I mean, he reminds me of the guy who married the well, they are divorced now, but oh shit, what's her name? The girl that was
the
killed her mom.
The
Gypsy
kid that killed her mom.
Yeah, Gypsy Rose.
There.
That guy married her right when she was in prison, and then I think they're already divorced. And I think the
Yeah,
reason
they didn't last long at all.
those two dudes look very similar. So let's see, Gypsy Rose husband. I mean, they could be brothers. Trying to find. Let me get a picture of this dude. Open image in new tab. Yeah, these dudes could be fucking brothers. This is crazy. Doing a little side by side for you here. There you go. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's Gypsy Rose's husband on the. Seriously, when I first saw it, I was like, "Wait, is that the same guy?"
These are like all the bullshit pictures that people send into the other show. Oh, it looks like Charlie just because it's wearing glasses.
Right. Trust me, I look like every fucking bearded dude with dark. When I had like actual dark hair, now I look kind of unique with the dark hair and the white beard. But when I had dark hair and a dark beard, I looked like every other fucking dude in Cleveland. I'm wearing a fucking sunglasses and a brown shirt. You know what I mean? So, speaking of the old show, I got a few emails going back to 197. They're still trickling in, going back to the controversial 197 issue. I'll get to that one in a second, but I do have some actual nice emails. This email is from Ethan, who says, here, Mike, I'll let you watch the thing for a sec. Says, hi, Dom, I have a huge favor to ask. I know you're not involved with Rover Show anymore, so I never even thought to ask. I was a Rochester guy and recently moved to Cleveland, so it literally just hit me like a truck. I have a picture from Roverfest X. It's of me crowd surfing. I have everyone else's signature who was there that day. I guess they all signed it at the Rochester Beer Park in 2019 when I must not have been there for that. It must have been before I came back. Says the only signature that's missing is yours. I would just about do anything for a Captain Content name on there.
Blowjob.
That's pretty funny. What's it worth? How much is it worth to you? But actually, it's a pretty cool picture of this dude at getting crowd surfing. So I'm gonna have to link up with this dude somehow to be able to sign his picture for him, because that's a really fucking cool picture.
Dude,
especially if
so
you're
much
into all
fun
that
at
stuff.
Roverfest X, dude.
Whoops.
Oh, dude, I got the clam blast 2 girls at the same time.
Okay. At the same time?
Yeah, it was the first Roverfest I ever went to sober.
Really?
It's because I had just gotten out of rehab.
That's funny. Well, how did you do 2 at once? Did they stand on your side and
Best
you were
friends.
doing like no, I mean like the actual motion of doing that isn't easy. Where you had your arms around them?
Yeah, they were both. Yeah, they were like, one was standing like the
Their
girl's
butts
ass was
to
on my
you?
left leg and the other girl's ass on my right leg, and they were already wearing the jean shorts that were open with the bathing suit bottoms. So
Nice.
as soon as I went in on the one girl, the other girl was like, "Well, what about me?" And I was like, "Well, bet I got 2 hands." It was
Oh
one of
man,
the
nice.
most fun times of my life.
I bet. That's
I mean, they
awesome.
definitely didn't look the greatest.
Hey, most girls that would
Kinda
be
ruins
willing
it.
to do. Yeah, maybe you should have said they look like supermodels, and nobody would have known. This
No, it's
is a
definitely more believable if one of them was kind of ugly and the other one is a little fat.
Yeah, it is definitely more believable that way. But hey, you know what? We'll have a little bit of fun with it, you know? I got this on 420 and I forgot to show it. This is, remember we smoked, there's that 420 extendo challenge that we did. And I was having a hard time rolling it into an extendo. So I just rolled a big fat one instead, a short fatty. Well, Chris, he went one upped, and I've seen these, but I've actually never seen anybody smoke one before. He's got one of those giant raw cones that it's like, I don't know, that's a living
It's got to
room.
be an ounce.
You think a whole ounce in there? I wonder, and I'm thinking,
it's got to be.
I mean, that's a foot long, right? I'd say 12-inch
That's
raw
longer than
cone.
a foot, dude.
More than a foot?
That's 2 feet.
I don't know how long those. I'll have to look up raw cones, see how much what the sizes are. Raw.
Oh yeah.
Raw cone sizes.
Monster raw cone.
We got a chart. Here we go. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, this is sweet.
It's a 2-footer.
So here you go. They actually have the inches.
Oh my god.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I can't believe it holds
3
that much.
inches, 4 inches. See, it only says that's 6 inches, so this can't be right. This can't be the.
Yeah, no, I found the 2-footer raw cone on Amazon, and it holds 3 ounces in one joint.
Really?
Yeah.
There it is. So I wonder why is that other one called? Oh, this is the challenge cone.
Yep.
And he said, how much did it fit? Does it fit 3 ounces?
3 ounces.
That's crazy. Wow. Well, hey, dude, good for him. I wonder how that went. I wish he would have taken a before and after picture of what he looked like before and then what he looked like afterwards.
Oh, dude, it'd be
viewers,
dope if he did a time-lapse video of smoking it.
That would have been really cool. Really cool. All right. So, like I said, still stuff coming in from 197. The RMG simps have really... And it's so interesting that people are like running to the defense of these people. Like,
Of course. Because, like we talked about before, man, these people are like, they feel like they're part of their lives because they spent, the last 10, 12, 13 years of their life, fucking 25 hours a week, just listening to every little tidbit, sucking it all up.
Yes. It says the snake is, this is from Caitlin. The snake is a fucking see you next Tuesday and you are a ungrateful. You are a ungrateful? I don't think that works.
These people don't fucking proofread their shit. It's so embarrassing.
Yes. Then they said the quote, old show fucking made you. 100% would not disagree with that at all. Never claimed that it didn't. So again, we're just people just laying out nonsensical things that I never claimed or whatever. They're just hearing what they want to hear and making stuff up.
And you've never once alluded to the fact that you're ungrateful or not thankful or anything like that.
Nope, never once. Never. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Just because I have opinions of things doesn't mean I'm ungrateful. It was two different, very different things. It says RMG is a #1 show, and Rover just won Radio Personality of the Year. Cool. What does that have to do with anything I brought up? I didn't disparage anybody's talent. I've always said he's the most talented host I've ever really seen. So outside of Howard Stern. So go fuck yourself on that one.
Awesome
good job.
To be the best show for something that's dying medium.
Very good one. No, I mean, well, he's online too. So, I mean, whatever. But I don't understand the point of bringing that up in the context of I never said they were bad. Well, it shows it's better when I'm there. Maybe that's what she's saying. It was better when I was there. It always will be better when I'm there, period. I'm never going to disagree. Nothing that ever could be said would ever change my mind about that. This one, then she goes on to say, I really enjoyed you on the main show. Oh, all caps, on the main show. She wants to, make sure, since I call it the old show, she wants to make sure it's the main show. If it is in your mind, that's great. Then she goes on and say more stuff about Tammy or whatever, and she's fake and awful. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. And then a second email, let's see, 2 hours later, 10:53. No, like a half hour later, roughly 20 minutes. Then it says, you're, not your, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E.
Biggest pet peeve in my world, dude. Random people on Facebook, Instagram, I will correct anybody and everybody till the day I die.
It's a dumb person. And then it says, your number 197 episode, they're called issues, moron, is the only one and is the one and only I'll ever watch. Okay. I was only curious about what they were talking about on the Aftermath last week. They have plenty of content, and hopefully you have more content than past RMG shows for sake because you sound absolutely pathetic. Now, I'm left out that other thing. She had said, I probably won't read that first email because I'm a coward. So yes, I'm scared of reading emails. And the second one, I encourage you to do it.
You can't read it because you can't spell for shit, bitch.
Yes, exactly. And then going back to, I hope you have more content than past RMG shows. That would why I would argue watching more than literally just episode 197, because that's pretty much the only time I've ever really gone into any detail
you're
about my
2 hours out of let's see, what 400, probably 500 to 600 hours of content posted already on the light side. Yes.
So I love the stupidity of it. And again, I encourage people, call, email, DM me, whatever. If you can give me an actual example, don't just say the time you were a crybaby. Or, okay, what's an actual example of something that I did? Like, what did nobody in all these emails and comments I've gotten they just say, you talked bad about them.
Timestamp it. Give me the
What did I do?
issue and the time it happened. We can clip it, pull it, and show it.
I'll do
example.
If there's a specific time, I will be happy to break it down. And if I was being an asshole or because I was drunk, so I don't remember a ton of what I said, but I know what's in my heart about over there. And it was literally always just about not getting paid enough. It had nothing to do with anything other than that. It just took, I don't know. So the reason I actually read that email is, I would be too cowardly to read it otherwise. But the thing that really made me laugh the hardest about when I read these emails is at the bottom of the email, it says, sent from Yahoo Mail for iPhone.
Does it really say that when I send a fucking email from my Yahoo Mail address?
Apparently,
unless you don't have a signature on my emails.
That's what it says. So that's what you still have a Yahoo email?
Yeah, that's just my personal one.
Oh my gosh, I don't think anybody still used the Yahoo emails. I know that's I'm a Gmail guy, but anyway,
my other email address was an AOL address.
Yeah, that's funny. He's telling my dad. Anyway, I used to work with a guy when I worked at the brake pad place who refused to hire anybody who had a Yahoo email address because he said anybody who has a Yahoo email address is a real Yahoo. And I don't want a bunch of Yahoos working at anybody that would associate themselves with Yahoo is an idiot. So
I would love to get rid of email altogether. I've heard this is like a trend. You heard Tucker Carlson on Rogan say he doesn't have an email. I just heard Benny Blanco on Santino's podcast say he didn't have an email. One of the guys from Are You Garbage, they don't have, none of them have an email address.
Yeah, I know that's the new thing, but I prefer it because
you need it for work.
Yeah, I need it for work, and I have a hard time associating work and text messages. For whatever, I'll even tell my customers, I go, guys, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you text me something, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. Put it in an email.
Really?
It will lock in. Yeah. I'm just honest with them about it because my brain does not associate business and texting. It only associates texting.
Can't you pin conversations to be important ones? Like for work, you can just put a pin in them and it keeps them up at the top and they're unread?
I have all my kids and stuff at the top. You know what I mean? That's the pins for me. But so it also keeps it all in one workflow versus, get a text one day, I get an email another day, I got to correlate them all. They send me a link in a text that I actually need to open on desktop, that kind of stuff. It's just better to have in email form, I found. So, but the thing, Mikey, you mentioned the other day, and I don't know if you noticed this when you were watching the show, I just saw the last episode of this last night. I stopped over at B1's house late night, and she was finishing a Netflix series, Baby Reindeer.
Yo,
I know you said.
Dope.
I know you said you watched it, and I saw the last episode where he was on, or second to last episode.
You can't just do that. Okay.
I got screwed. Came in on the second to last episode right before. If you haven't seen it, there's a viral video in it. So, that doesn't give anything away. But before that happened, but boy, by the end of it, I was like, boy, I wish I had kind of watched this whole thing. It was pretty
started
crazy.
That show and I couldn't turn it off. I watched the whole thing in one clip, 4 hours done.
That's what she did. She ended up staying up late last night because she needed to see all of it. So,
yep, I couldn't turn it off.
So, in a nutshell, there's a woman in it named Martha, and I won't give away what she does or any of that kind of stuff because I don't want to spoil the movie for you or the show for you. But she, in the movie or the show, she sends a lot of emails, lots of emails, and she signs off every email with "sent from my iPhone." And the strangest part about the whole thing is that she doesn't have an iPhone, and she's been sending these emails from a desktop computer. So she had to physically change her sign off or signature to sent from my iPhone. She physically
And there's
changed
so
it on
many of them
purpose.
that are misspelled and
Well, did
yeah,
it say sent from my
SN
e-phone or something?
yeah. No, yeah, SNT from my iPhone. There's a bunch of them throughout it. You know, the more frustrated she gets and the more she's, you know.
Now, apparently, what I'm learning about this is actually a thing that people do. People who don't use iPhones will specifically change their signatures to iPhone stuff in order to give them a higher status amongst, because in the corporate world, or the, you know, even in like some circles, people look down on Android users and as like
Yeah, fuck the
iPhone.
green text bubble. Down with that shit.
Yeah, you're one of those
Boo.
guys. You're an iPhone guy. I'm an Android guy. So I'm not anti-iPhone. I just have always had an Android, and I just like them better.
I just don't like green
iPhone.
text bubbles. That's it. I don't know why. I can't see when you're typing. It doesn't give me the little dot under.
It's like
Doesn't say
iPhone.
delivered.
It does everything backwards intuitively from the way my brain works, based on the way an Android works. Android are very like A, B, C, D, E, and you go down that line. iPhones are like, here's E. You can get through all the way back to A if you just go through all these different layers of, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's all in weird spots. You know, I just
see, and that's, but in my world and the way my brain works, I can operate an iPhone like it's the simplest thing I've ever done. Like,
no,
I
no, no, it is.
navigate to anywhere that I need. But if you were to put an Android in my hand, the complete opposite.
Yeah,
I have no idea
iPhones
where is
are
up, what is down.
iPhones are made for dummies. I mean, there's
Yeah,
they
perfect.
really are. They're the you know, what are those books that you would get with Cliff Notes? They're Cliff Notes for cell
Yeah.
phones, basically. But anyway, no, I found it funny. And if you've been listening to Another Dumb Show since the beginning, the sent from my iPhone thing will ring and will make you laugh, because we had a guy who used to email into the show all the time, and it would have sent from my iPhone on it. And one day I had a little bit of a rage out on him and made fun of his sent from my iPhone thing, and it kind of turned into something after that. So, and then the ADS 1.0 fell apart. So, all right. I don't think I feel like reading a bunch of more comments about people, RMG people running their mouth about me. I'll read this one. So you just spent 4 hours bitching, complaining about a radio show that is obvious you want to be just like. Your intro music,
I hate this person already.
Your intro music, background screen, and how your quote show is structured all scream RMG. If you hate RMG so much, try something different instead of copying them. So, again, this is another one of these same. So, RMG should stop copying Howard Stern then. That's, you know, it's the same.
All radio shows should just
yeah.
stop copying each other, because all
it's
podcasts should stop.
Right. And I would argue too, like, if you watch this show, compare how, like, we're about to spend 15 minutes on the draft. They would spend 15 seconds talking about the draft. We talk about.
Oh God, it would be so out of touch. They would just talk about Cleveland's pick and the first overall pick in the draft. All the names would be butchered. It just,
yes. Yeah. So, I'm just gonna again, and I think I said this on issue number 199, but it got pulled down. It was.
Is it the fire guy?
Yes, the guy who had set himself on fire outside of the Trump trial. When I posted the video, he was still alive. He died the next day, thus making it he offed himself, and YouTube doesn't let me post that. So they actually pulled the whole video down. They didn't give me the option of even cutting it out.
To edit.
They just pulled the whole thing down. At some point during that issue, I know I kind of made a little blanket statement saying, look, guys, if you are a fan of them, great. If you don't like me, go fuck yourself and don't watch. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care. Just like they don't care about me and what I say, I don't care if you don't like me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just silly. I always tell people, like, we're living in a world where if you like, where do you want to place your energy? You know what I mean? Like, if anything, wouldn't it have made more sense email them and say, you know what? I heard all this stuff Dumb said about you, and I just wanted to tell you guys, I think he's an asshole, he's wrong, and you guys are great. That's where your energy should be, not commenting on me if you don't like me. It's just the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, it really is a misplacement of energy. It's just, it makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I won't ever understand it. Maxine was kind enough. She's a big fan of Darla Beans, and she said "Happy Gotcha Day" to Darla, aka Bean Arena, the other day, and she wants to know how old Darla is. Well, Darla, we've been with her for now 2 years, so she's at least 2. We weren't sure how old she was officially when we got her. We thought 2 or 3, so she's probably pushing 4 or 5, I'd say. Maybe anywhere between 3.5, 4, 5. So, yeah, so she's doing good. My Bean Arena, she's the best. All right, let me check in the chat over here. Just a reminder too, if you guys are in the chat and you want to comment, or you want me to read your comment, if you're commenting to me, you have a question or something that you want me to read, make sure you tag it, just like Crooked Orchids did. Tag at Another Dumb Show. And she put, did you see my message about the house? I think I did. I believe she said, because there were questions about Crooked Orchids had gone to the Siegel Superman house here in Cleveland, and she took some pictures, and the house looked a little like a family that was not really taking the greatest care of it lived there. I assumed that they had, dilapidated, that's better. I would just say not well maintained. Dilapidated would be like the windows are broken out, that kind of shit. It just was like a family lived there that didn't take.
I just remember there was a lot of like clutter and stuff.
A lot of clutter. The whole
window.
Yeah, the porch is covered with weird plants that are dying, and then they had pool noodles in the front. I just show you a picture of it, I guess. I mean, now that we're talking about it. Here is the house. So there it is. And again, as you zoom in, you see it kind of cluttered. Pool noodles in the front yard. But I don't want to knock. My house isn't anything to write home about, so I'm not going to knock anybody's home or whatever. But I, again, was just expecting it to be a little bit nicer. Crooked Orchids said that is the Superman house. It wasn't a picture of a different house, because I was like, that must be the wrong house. She confirmed, no, that is the correct house for sure. And Gabriella is saying, at Another Dumb Show, the Donnie character actually experienced all that in real life in the baby reindeer thing. So, yeah, that B1 is trying to. Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I had no. I mean, like
yeah.
at the end, it said if you know somebody that's struggling, blah 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 blah, and gave a phone number and stuff like that. But I had no idea that this was real.
Oh yeah, it was all based on this Donnie, that the main character Donnie. It was all based on his life. So,
dude, that poor fucking guy. I just want to hug him.
Dude, that's why by the end of it, I was like, the scene with his dad. Oh my god, that shit was fucking intense.
Wait, so you saw the last 2 episodes? So you know, okay.
Yeah, don't spoil it for anybody. Yeah, we have to text me
just
about it. But yeah,
the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of things I watched last night, I had an event yesterday. I had a photo booth event. It was nice. I had a couple who, it's the strangest thing. The husband and the wife both booked photo booths when they didn't tell the other one. It was like a surprise, and they both booked photo booths. So I had showed up. I was also DJing, and I had a photo booth.
With your competition there?
This is a while back. So I'm going to a wedding. I show up. As I'm like getting in the door, I see another photo booth being set up. And I'm like, that's weird. And so long story short, they ended up booking 2 photo booths. The other people had already started setting up. So they said, well, you just go home. We have parties all the time. Not you go home, stay and DJ, but send the photo booth home. And then we have parties all the time. We'll just do the photo booth at a party for us or something. And I go, perfect. I don't have to pay you back. It works out great for everybody. So yesterday was the Make Good event for it. As a woman who is a young woman, really, it's really incredible. She's a really young woman. She owns an aerospace company here in town. They're doing, it's really incredible. Bought it from her parents or from her dad. And there was like a 30th anniversary party yesterday, so they had the photo booth there, and it was a lot of fun. So that's why we couldn't do a draft day special yesterday, because I had to work. But it's here. We did the draft yesterday, and I got to tell you, it was a intriguing draft. It was crazy to see. I think what they have 13 picks, 13 straight offensive players in a row before a defensive player went, which is just, has that ever happened before? Has anything like that ever happened before? That was crazy.
6 out of 12 first picks, quarterback.
Yeah, that was 6 out of 12 picks in the first round were quarterbacks, which is crazy. Let's see right here. Caleb Williams went first.
It's an offensive league now. Nobody gives a shit about defense. You can't hit drop tackle no more. You can't. The other tackles are illegal. They just approved players can play with them weird ass fucking padded helmets if they want to play.
I forgot about that. I just saw that today that they announced that if you want to wear those, here, let's get a picture of those things. What are those things called? NFL crown
something type
caps?
of cap. I can't remember. Yeah, it's like a crown cap or something like that.
No. Concussion caps. There we go. The Guardian caps. There we go. That's what they're called. NFL Guardian caps. Guardian caps. Let's get an image of these bad boys. Oh, wow. This is interesting to see how I wonder if they are going to actually make it so. Let's see. I'm trying to find a play. They got like pictures of them on the ground. I'm trying to find a player.
Well, certain teams, they have to use them in certain drills and stuff at mini camps.
Yeah, here is what we're talking about. This is the Guardian cap that they practice with. So they got the hard football helmet that they wear, and then they Velcro on.
Like that when I was a kid.
Yeah, right. They Velcro on this thing there. I actually just saw somebody, a grown man, who has to wear a helmet. I mean, a fully grown, like in his mid 40s. He's got a helmet on. He had a crutch. His had leg braces on. Almost if he'd been in an accident or if he was special needs or whatever. Obviously, he was special needs, but whatever it caused, it just was unique. Because usually you see that with younger kids wearing the helmet and the little walker, crutch kind of deal, the elbow crutch thing. You know what I mean? That they do, like the Forrest Gump things.
Dude. Speaking about accidents, remember I told you about my family like 2-3 years ago? My cousin, the accident.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On a motorcycle.
Yeah. Your cousin was in a motorcycle accident. A drunk driver.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say like much about it, but they're in civil court right now. And
okay.
Dude, looking at like upwards of $500 million.
Holy crap, dude! That's insane. Half a bill. Whoa. Well, you know what though? Nothing's worth what he's gone through. Nothing's worth it. There's not a dollar amount in the world you could put on having what happened to him.
That'll be an interesting story that I get to tell when it's all settled and everything like that. And the way Denver police fumbled the bag and yeah.
Well, the Guardian caps that we were just talking about in the NFL, they've only been used in practice, but now they're going to approve them for in-game use, or they have approved them, which is I'm a little
players who choose to wear it, they can wear it if they'd like.
I'm a little conflicted about it. Are you going to be considered a bitch if you wear the Guardian cap? I mean, look at rugby.
A player that will wear it.
They have those padded things for rugby players, and my son was even like, and he was playing rugby a little bit ago, and I said, we should get you one of those, dude. And he goes, no.
He's like, hell no, Dad.
No, he straight up, he was like, no, I'm not wearing one of those. And I go, why not? And he goes, I don't know, because that's what the kids who don't like to play. He was trying not to say pussy so badly, and he didn't, thankfully. But Dad. Basically, that's what he was trying to say. So, so going back to the draft, really interesting draft. I would say the big surprise moment in the draft came on what was that, the eighth pick of the draft? Eighth pick of the draft. For an inexplicable reason that I understand, I guess I I guess I get the idea of what they were going for. The Atlanta Falcons, if you're not familiar with football, they signed a player named Kirk Cousins, a guy that Mikey loves. They signed him to a $100 million contract guaranteed to play quarterback for them.
I thought it was, isn't it 130 million guaranteed?
I thought it was 75 guaranteed, then it bumps up to 100 after something else or something.
Oh, no,
Maybe
it's definitely more than 75 guaranteed. I'm pretty sure it's 3 years at 48, 45, and like 40 million a year. So it's a little bit over.
He's
But
getting
anyways,
a shit ton of money. Getting a shit ton of money to go play quarterback for them. He had torn his Achilles tendon, just like Aaron Rodgers, who I'm sure you've heard of. He tore his Achilles tendon last year. He's now rehabbing it and will supposedly be able to start this year. But for whatever reason, the Atlanta Falcons, while having a $100 million quarterback, decided, hey, we're going to go in the draft and we are going to pick a quarterback in the draft as well. So they took another quarterback for their first pick, a guy named Michael Penix from Washington, who arguably has a really cool throwing motion. He's a left-handed thrower, which always kind of looks a little bit weird, but when you flip it around to the right-handed view, you're like, Jesus, that guy's got like a really...
He flicks the rock like Michael Vick, dude. The thing's on a laser beam.
Very cool to watch play. They got killed in the championship game. But he was at least very entertaining to watch. I like watching him.
For the whole season, he was absolutely magical.
Now, I do find very interesting the fact that the guy played for 6 years. He's had like 3 pretty significant injuries.
Torn his right ACL twice, separated his throwing shoulder. He's riddled with injuries.
Right. So he bounced around the college ranks. And for whatever reason, the Atlanta Falcons arguably took, well, I don't know if it's a leap because he was going to go within the next 3 or 4 picks. I have five picks. I think the Raiders
Even
were.
then, like if you look at anybody's like Mel Kiper's board, Schefter, all of them, they all had Michael Penix Jr. like 15 and later.
Did you see
Same
Peter?
thing with Bo Nix, but everyone reached for a quarterback. It was a.
Did you see Peter Schrager from Good Morning Football got 30 out of 32 first-round picks right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, did you see Oz the Mentalist pick the first 13 picks correctly?
I did see that. It's pretty crazy. Those mentalist dudes are fucking nuts. But anyway, so going back to the Falcons, I don't know if you've seen the video, Mikey, but there's a video that went viral of
Arthur Blank and the GM.
Here it is.
Like going back and forth with the hand talking.
Yep. So this is, and I'm just going to mute it because it's weird background noise, but that is the GM,
I really
the
don't
general.
care what they're saying out there. This is my team. You're not going to tell me what to do.
So this is the guy on the left in the red jacket is the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. The guy on the right, the bald black dude with the gray jacket on and the red tie, he is saying he is the one who made the decision to pick Michael Penix. Now,
brand new GM, brand new head coach. This is a whole new staff and everything.
Right. And now the owner has walked up to him right after he makes this pick. And this was a huge surprise pick. Nobody in the NFL, nobody in the media was expecting this to happen. And now this guy has
less than a 1% chance.
I wish we could hear what they're saying so badly.
Oh, I pay so much money to hear.
I would love to hear it. I mean, they could be talking about nothing for all we know, at least. I mean, it could be really like, oh, you know what? Penix does this. He's really blah, 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 blah. But the internet is a buzz.
Normally in a situation like this, and you have a quarterback, the quarterback who's like, especially a franchise guy like Kirk Cousins, that much money, he'll have some input, or they'll talk to him and let him know that, hey, we're probably going to draft a quarterback this year, definitely not in the first round, but we might be looking for somebody just to bolster up that room. And then to find out that Kirk Cousins found out
here, I'll show you
on the clock.
Here's the quote from the Kirk Cousins agent. Yes, it was a big surprise. We had no idea this was coming. The truth is, the whole league had no idea this was coming. We got no heads up. Kirk got a call from the Falcons when they were on the clock. That was the first we heard. It never came up in any conversation. That's fucked. That is not cool to do to your starting quarterback.
There was some other quotes that came out from that management team that were a lot more incendiary than that.
What did you hear? Because
Not
I was looking for.
incendiary,
I was trying to find.
disappointed and dismayed at the decision. Kirk was thinking that we were going to get a quarterback, but not that early. Why wouldn't we be tooling up for the 2024 season?
Oh, they came out and said all that.
Yeah, where is?
Or is that just conjecture? Because I mean, that's pretty.
No.
Those are. I feel like that would be everywhere. If that's actually what he said. Well, either way,
I'm looking right now.
I do have a video that I think you. Oh, wait, there you go. I have a video that I wanted to play for you, Mikey, and I just wanted to see what you thought about this. This is so to wrap that up with the Falcons real quick until Mikey finds that or whatever. It's the reason why it's a big deal. If you have a quarterback who's supposed to be your franchise quarterback, then you bring in a first overall pick quarterback. The second that franchise quarterback shows one hint of not having really good success, the chance for panics, those are going to start. We've had it happen here in
Especially
Cleveland 100 times.
Like that the history of Michael Vick and everything like that, and everyone says that this dude could be the second coming of Michael Vick. Like, it creates a controversy, and especially because Kirk is, what I'm saying, quoted as saying disappointed. Like, that already creates a tension on your team. Like,
oh yeah, the locker room dynamic is fucked.
With a whole new coaching staff,
Yeah.
a whole new management, everything. And you're trying to get this team to gel as much as they can and gel like they've been together for the last 5 years already.
Yeah.
And you're coming in with this giant split in the rock to begin with.
Bad
I couldn't
move.
be happier. It's so fucking great.
I know. Well, you are anti Kirk Cousins now since he left the Vikings. Speaking of the Vikings, Mikey, what do you think about this clip right here?
I was actively involved in trying to pretend we were moving forward. In other words,
so that's
I was actively involved in.
You're a
That's the-
sour-ass bitch because we had the Minneapolis Miracle against you, you short little prick. Shut the fuck up and go back to meaning nothing.
I knew that was going to piss you off so bad. That's the head coach
I saw
of
that
the Broncos.
shit. Dude, he's such a fucking bullshitter. He was trying to move up. He did not get the guy he wanted.
You think he wanted McCarthy and not Bo Nix?
Yes.
Really? Okay. I actually don't know much about Bo Nix. Where did he go to school at?
Oregon.
Oh, okay. That's so interesting. All right. So I don't know.
By the way, 90 million fully guaranteed.
No, okay. So yeah, I knew it was some kind of weird thing like that. So yesterday at the draft, there was a lot going on with the draft. I did see that Pat McAfee, I don't know if that was this morning he interviewed Goodell or if it was yesterday he interviewed Goodell. But there were a few funny things that happened throughout the draft. I think my favorite thing that happened throughout the draft is, did you see, well, if you guys are not familiar, there's a team called, if not a big NFL fan, there's a team called the Carolina Panthers. They have, most NFL owners, while they might be a little eccentric billionaires, the owner of the Carolina Panthers is a straight up fucking...
Khan.
No, not Tony Khan, David Tepper.
Oh, well, who's Tony? Wait.
Tony Khan is
he's not part of it.
the Jaguars owner, I believe.
Well, that dude's just as crazy. He was wearing a neck brace from being in an AEW wrestling event from the night before.
Oh, that's what I saw. Okay, I did see something weird. So eccentric billionaires
Anyways,
doing
go back
weird
to what
shit.
you were saying.
No, but no, it's a good point. The owners of the league are in the NFL are either totally straight-laced normal dudes or they're very eccentric and weird. And this David Tepper guy, the owner of the Carolina Panthers, has interjected himself in the picks in the draft over the past couple of years, or specifically last year for the Panthers. And the fans were not happy about it because usually you want coaches and GMs making decisions about players, not owners. Well, outside a bar in Carolina, I don't remember. Are they in North or South Carolina, the Panthers? I don't even know. Charlotte, right? North Carolina. So they're in North Carolina. A bar outside in North Carolina had this up. They had this sign up that said, please let the coach and GM pick this year. And the funniest thing about it, David Tepper, Mikey, I don't know if you know. Oh, whoops, nobody wants to see that. I don't know if you know this, but David Tepper decided that he was going to go into that bar and confront them regarding this sign that they had put out front. And they actually got the security camera footage of this dude going into this bar and confronting the people about it. So it's kind of on a weird angle with the TV. Before we start, you'll see on the right, the guy in the blue shirt is the owner of the Carolina Panthers. This guy's a billionaire. I mean, he could do anything he wants with his time, only be happy if he wanted to all the time. But instead, he does weird shit like this.
Yeah, because his ego is so big.
So he goes in, and you'll see he goes right up to the, if you're not watching, if you're only listening, he walks in the front door. This is an overhead view of like a hostess stand. He walks up to the hostess stand. A guy in a ball cap walks up to him, and for whatever reason, the owner of the Carolina Panthers decides to take the hat off of the guy there. And apparently it was because it was not a Carolina Panthers hat. I don't know what other team it was. I can't remember. It's probably in the news story. I don't care. But the gall of this dude to walk in and start complaining about the sign. And he actually started asking, like, well, who do you think we should pick? Who do you think we should pick? If you're so good at this, who do you think we should pick?
Hey, go for Bryce Young again. Trade away your whole fucking team.
I know, 160 pounds soaking wet as an NFL quarterback. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, this guy, so he's just a big fucking weirdo, this David Tepper guy. And I don't know why. Can you just go and do that to somebody? You just walk up and you just fucking take their hat off their head? I mean, them's fighting words in my world.
It's
like,
assault.
Is it assault? It might be, because I actually have another.
It's assault.
I actually have
person.
I actually have another story here about that's actually very similar to that. I have a story about a woman in, I believe,
Dude, I'd be saying that dude yanked my neck. I got neck problems now. I'd be suing the piss out of him.
Well, it's interesting, and that's, well, to kind of wrap up that story, nothing really came out of that, obviously, other than him looking like an asshole.
The dude just looks
to
like
the
a
media.
prick,
Yeah, he just looks like a complete prick. But so real quick, a couple of things to wrap up the draft, and then we'll move on to this other story. Taylor Swift got booed when Roger Goodell was on Pat McAfee's show. They asked about Taylor Swift in the connection with the NFL. All the fans started booing. So the Taylor Swift hate continues from the NFL fans, which I'll give Pat McAfee credit. He tried to turn it around to be like, look, this is bringing fathers and daughters together to bond around something that they both love. And I thought that was a very good point. And the other big thing, Roger Goodell hinted that they want to have an 18-game season officially. And they're aiming to have the Super Bowl on, President's Day weekend. So everybody's going to be able to watch the Super Bowl Sunday and then have Monday off to recover, which is going to make the Super Bowl.
Well, if you're like a government worker or some shit, President's Day ain't given to no blue-collar workers, that's for sure.
That's true, but at least, most of corporate America will get President's Day off. I mean, you're not, but who knows? Maybe with the world changing that way, because NFL, that kind of drives shit. You never know what'll happen. So it could turn out that, they change everything just for the NFL. Maybe you'll end up getting.
I ain't ever worried about missing work on a Monday. The only time I'm ever gonna have to miss work is either on a Tuesday or Wednesday when the fucking parade is.
Okay. The parade. What do you mean?
When the Vikings win a Super Bowl and have a parade.
I was so confused. I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, parade for what? There's no teams in
I'm
Rochester.
projecting a Super Bowl in our fucking future.
I'm
manifesting it.
We didn't wrap up the draft because, Mikey, you didn't give your opinion on the quarterback that the Minnesota Vikings drafted. What do you think about J.J. McCarthy?
The one quarterback I didn't fucking want.
Really? What is it that you don't like about him?
I didn't want. It's a silly reason. It gives me reminders of Christian Ponder, like the way they talk about this kid. He's a winner. He's sharp as a tack. He's gritty. He can scramble. So it reminds me of one of the worst stretches of quarterback history in my entire football life is when we had Christian Ponder back in the early 2000s. So that's really the only reason. I think he's a little bit of a smaller frame. The Bo Nix kid was a little bit bigger. Dre's a little bit bigger. I like the bigger framed guys like a Will Levis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can withstand getting beat up.
This guy's not.
But I think it's somebody, and
he looks
he's
like
a
decent size.
Kid's a winner.
He's a
He just
decent
looks skinny
size
when
guy.
he runs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's a winner. He's got.
But
Well, they're saying
27-1 national championship. Like
they're saying that they are not going to necessarily start him right away. Is what I'm reading here. They're going to let him develop.
no, 2-3 years. I think Darnold's going to be our quarterback, and I think he's going to actually do pretty well under Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, we'll see. So I look forward for J.J. McCarthy is a. If you watch the game against like Ohio State and the last time, who did Michigan beat in the national championship? Alabama? Is that who they beat? I can't remember. They beat them to get to the national championship. Yeah, they beat them to get to the national championship. Then they played Washington in the national championship.
Yeah, they beat up Washington. Yeah,
And
But
they
everyone
are
said, yeah.
they are really he was driving them down to get wins. And I know that running back did most of the legwork, but the confidence in him to make the throws he needed to make in big time situations, that's something you want in a quarterback. And that's how I judge quarterbacks based on fourth quarter comebacks. And
I watched a lot of clips today. I did not. I will say that I had this preconceived notion of who I did want in the draft.
Mhm.
And J.J. McCarthy may have been at the bottom of the list, but I did spend quite a bit of time today watching a bunch of highlight clips, watching some high school tape on the kid. And he does have a little bit of a laser for an arm.
Nice.
And I'm a little bit more excited than I was, but I am more excited for having Dallas Turner on our team and the impact he's going to create right away. I mean, he was on everybody's top 10 board. He was
that a
the
edge rusher
number
that
one
you guys
defensive
got?
player in the draft. Yeah.
Cool. Good
And
stuff.
for him to fall to 17 is unreal. I mean, we gave up the farm to move up 6 picks. I mean,
You guys weren't
we
going to
don't
get
have
any.
a second.
You weren't going
We
to get
don't
any
have
quarterback.
next year.
You were not going to get any quarterback if you didn't move up. You were going to be. They were all going to be
but
gone.
I'm saying not even for that trade. The second trade that we made to move from 23 to 17.
Oh, I thought you liked that.
I did. I love that we got Dallas Turner, but we gave up a second round next year, a third round next year, and a fifth round next year, and a sixth round this year. So next year we don't have a 2, 3, 5, 6, or 7.
Well, I think they're planning on sucking and ended up getting having the first round pick overall. Is what it sounds like.
If you look at it all together, next year we're going to have an NFL record cap space, $125 million as of right now. We're going to have as cap space, so we're going to be able to tool up.
Okay, all right.
It's
Well,
going to
good
be exciting. Like this is what I've always wanted as a Vikings fan, what I've never gotten as a Vikings fan. This is a brand new chapter. We're not using old tomatoes and yesterday's quarterback and all kinds of used things. Now we have franchise.
It's called rebuilding. It's called rebuilding.
We've never
Welcome.
done that. We've always done these competitive rebuilds.
That's all we've done. It's all we've done is fucking rebuild every year. It's another fucking rebuild. So
this is what I wanted. So I'm gonna be as positive as I can and Skull, baby. Let's go. Next 20 years, JJ McCarthy.
You had to like that. I don't know if you saw after he did his pick, he did a couple Skull things in his living room.
Oh yeah.
That's good stuff. All right, I want to go back to, so we just talked about that story where the owner of the Panthers took the hat off of the that restaurant owner or whatever, his manager. And then he Mikey, you had said, I think that's assault to touch somebody like that. And I said I have a story that's actually very similar to that I wanted to talk about. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll talk about that. But one last quick thing about the draft. I don't know, Mikey, did you see this clip of Joe Alt, his girlfriend, reacting to him getting picked? This was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. This is a girl.
I've seen that one. He was also, this is the dude that was a little bit behind. And when they made the pick, they showed a pic of him just sitting on the couch still.
This clip right here?
Yeah.
Well, everybody was so busy looking at him, kind of not knowing, just looking like a big dumb oaf, basically.
face is so crooked.
At first, everybody missed it because, he just looks so strange and oafy right there. But if you watch his girlfriend on the right, her reaction has gone viral. It's pretty funny. And all I can think of is this girl going, well, my boyfriend's moving to Los Angeles. That's it for me.
Yeah. Because you are an LA3.
So, my poor girl. Oh shit, I'm done. He's gonna go meet some blonde bimbo in fucking LA. I'm fucking screwed. Fuck this.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All right. Let's do this. Let's take Irish Ronnie real quick. He says, you should watch an episode of South Park called Sarcastaball. You'll love it. Oh, I've seen that. Very, very good. Very, very funny. So, Mikey, we're going to take a quick break. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. I'm going to go crack another deli. You go take your kids, go put the NFL draft on in the other room, slam the door shut, and force them to watch that and give you updates about it.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, what the fuck kids are you talking about, bro?
No, everybody who's going to be drinking with us for this, or at least with me for the second half, and they can smoke with you and drink with me for the second half. So once again, a little reminder, if you've not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please hit thumbs up, and we'll be right back. Sit tight. All right, welcome back to another Dumb Show, issue number 202. Happy to have you guys here with me. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you've not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video. And cheers. Second hour is always happy hour here at another Dumb Show. Get your drink on with us. Get your Moki Moke on. I've got some really delicious bud right now. My dude, I don't know if my dude got a new connector or whatever, but he's getting some really flavorful bud lately. It's been fantastic. I love it when I get that good. All right. Where did we leave off? I mentioned there was a story before the break. I was talking about the Carolina Panthers owner, David Tepper, and he had went into a restaurant and he interrupted the day. He went into a restaurant because he didn't like the sign they had up. And when he went into the restaurant, he removed the hat off of the head of the host or manager or whatever. He just literally reached over and he took the guy's hat right off his head because the guy was not wearing a Carolina Panthers hat. And Mikey said, "That's assault. You can't do that." And I said, "Them's fighting words for sure. If somebody were to take my hat off my head, that would really piss me off." Well, I have a story that is kind of similar to that one, but it involves a Karen. There are some Karens out there. We all know Karen is the lady that asks for the manager, blah, 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 the kind of tired joke at this point. But, oh, Mikey's here too. What's up, dude? Sorry, welcome back.
What's up, buddy?
So there's this woman in Utah. Her name's not actually Karen, but she's a Karen. Her name is Ida Ann Lorenzo. She's 48 years old.
Oh, what a nice Mormon name.
Yeah, Ida or whatever. I don't know.
I just assume if I hear three names.
Well, she seems oh, really? I never knew that. That's a Mormon thing with three names?
I don't know. Probably profiling.
Okay. All right. Well, Ida Ann Lorenzo, she's 48 years old. She was in a steakhouse in Utah, and she saw a group of teenage girls there. And she confronted the teenage girls. You know how 19-year-old girls like to wear mini skirts? You know how they like to wear nice
mini
sundress?
skirts, crop tops, little Daisy Dukes, everything
Yeah.
I love to look at.
Sometimes, yes, there's nothing better than a hot 19-year-old walking around with a mini skirt on. I think that's
It's the
pretty
best
much
time of year. Sundresses are finally starting to come back around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Joggers.
I'm more of a short guy than a mini skirt guy. I love nice pair of short shorts with low waist. That's the hottest thing to me. I love that, especially when they're like jean shorts that are cut off real short and then they kind of unbutton, like you were saying with those chicks where they unbutton the top one and they have like the bikini on underneath.
You can see their pockets. The pockets come down farther than the actual.
Yes, that's the best. That's the best. So anyway, there was a girl not wearing those shorts, but was wearing very short skirt. And this Ida woman said, well, here's the interaction where she approaches these girls, and one girl in particular who she claims was wearing a skirt so short you could actually see her pubic hair. Here is this interaction. Play.
Why are you? What the fuck? I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch your ass cheeks hanging out again, I will call CPS.
Do it.
So I will.
Yeah, go for it right now.
She's over 18.
She is 19 years old.
Her butt cheeks.
You don't get to touch her.
You don't get to touch her. We're all sitting over there. You don't get to touch
would love for you to call the police. Go ahead and call the police.
Why are you not appropriate?
So, the reason they're saying you can't touch her, you can't touch her, you can't touch her, hold on, Mikey, is because the Karen had, before this actual video was taking place, they started recording because this Ida woman walked up to the girl wearing the short skirt, grabbed the girl's skirt and pulled it down to try to cover up. Oh, well, I mean, these are women. They're not going to necessarily fight like that. It's just always, let's get our phone out.
Obviously,
and
you ain't never been to
cause a scene.
Rochester.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've seen women. It's one of my favorite nights of my life, actually, is a woman trying to beat up a man in Rochester. It was one of my favorite things ever. A tramp stamp whale. God, that was so funny. Anyway, one of the best nights of my life. Anyway, I've never said the F word so many times. So, one setting just to try to fire somebody up in my life. Or just to make fun of somebody who's just being an absolute bigot bitch. God, that was great. Anyway, so yes, this Karen walks up, pulls down the skirt to try to hide the girl's ass cheeks hanging out or supposedly her pubes hanging out or whatever.
That's what I was going to say. 0% chance that girl has pubes.
I don't know. It's in now. The bush is back, baby. That is a thing that they do now.
I told you I'm a big fan of the bush, but there ain't no way. Oh, dude, never mind. I won't drag her through the mud anymore.
Okay, yeah, don't do that. Yeah. If you're done with her, you're done with her. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
But so I have to say, it's kind of similar to that thing with that David Tepper guy. It is, it's completely out of line. You can't do this shit. I don't like. What makes these people think that they can get away with this kind of stuff in public?
And she works for the state.
Yes.
Bitch is like a secretary in a building and zoning position.
Is that what it is?
I'm assuming.
No,
like
I think
or did it actually list her job title? Because if we're talking about people that think they're entitled, I just sent you a video, or a link to a video. I texted it to you of Monroe County District Attorney that got pulled over that feels a little entitled as well.
All right, I'll have to check that out. I'll look at that. So Ida said, told the victim, if she has to wash her ass cheeks hanging out again and see her pubic hair, she would call Child Protective Services. This woman actually works for the Utah Attorney General, Sean Reyes. It doesn't say what she does for. It could be some kind of clerk. It could be his secretary. It could be, who knows? Could be his, could be something right below him. I don't know, dude. But you'd think it would list if she was some sort of high-ranking official. But they actually, here is the girl who had her skirt pulled down. Oh, shit, damn it. She talks more about the incident. So I don't know who she was talking to, or if this might have just been on TikTok. Here is the girl who was had her skirt pulled down in a steakhouse by some fucking Karen.
So me and a ton of my friends were at dinner for one of my friend's birthday parties that night.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that girl in a mini skirt one bit. Would you? No.
It looks like she's got long legs already. The way she's sitting, she's got some stems on her.
That probably looked really good in there. Yeah, good call, Mikey. All right, let's start it over.
Me and a ton of my friends were at dinner for one of my friend's birthday parties that night at this really nice restaurant in our city. Like, the nicest restaurant. It's just the best restaurant in our town. So it was super busy. Saturday night, there was high school dances that night. There was tons of dance groups, tons of people. Like, it's a 2-story restaurant. Like, keep in mind, it's huge. So there was a ton of people in the waiting room. Just like so many people to see this all go down. And she comes up to my friend and she reaches under her skirt, yanks it down.
Oh, it's not her?
Squeezes her.
Oh, this was mislabeled. Okay, so this is a friend of hers explaining what happened. Damn it. Well, I guess we can't. She's technically, Mikey, we can't really. Let me let this finish.
And she comes up to my friend and she reaches under her skirt, yanks it down, and then squeezes her sides because she's wearing a crop top. And he's like, "You're probably underage. You probably shouldn't be wearing that." Would you just imply that you think she's a minor and you just assaulted her?
You just assaulted a minor.
Right on.
Yeah, for real. You just literally reached up the skirt of a minor, lady. You're about to be a pedo.
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what happened. She was booked into the Purgatory Correctional Facility in Hurricane, which must be a place in Utah, on a single Class A charge of sexual battery, according to court documents filed on Wednesday. She's been released because everybody that goes to jail immediately gets released now. Which you would think that wouldn't be like that in Utah, but maybe she just was able to pay normal bail or whatever because it's Utah and she works for the Attorney General.
I'm sure she had to post bail and everything like that, but she's definitely about to lose her job.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I hope to God, because of her position and because she has to be held to a higher standard because she worked for a U.S. Attorney General or a Utah State Attorney General, that she would be punished to the maximum.
She should get in even more trouble too, because as I'm reading more about it, it goes, she reportedly explained that she pulled the skirt down as young children were present and the restaurant staff did not act. After footage of the incident was posted online, Lorenzo, the woman who pulled the skirt down, called 911 to claim that a, quote, threat on her life had been made as she is a state employee, according to the police report seen on ABC.
And then she lies about it.
And
what a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. They got to fucking throw the book at this bitch for false reports on top of it.
They do. Oh
this
my
girl,
God, my life was threatened by those little basic white bitches.
I love it. I love it. So the victim contacted police claiming she was sexually assaulted, and so they ended up arresting the woman. And she, she's facing some time here. I don't know actually how that works as far as what she's facing. A single A class charge of sexual battery. I wonder what the time you get for that in Utah. I don't know, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm going to kind of try to monitor that story to see if the Karen gets off because she is connected to an attorney general somewhere, or if she's going to actually do some time, get in trouble. All right, let's see here. Let me check in with the chat here. Gabriella said asking any B1 update. Going over to her house after the show we're going to have a little campfire and smoke some weed, and I might eat a pizza or something. I don't know, I'm kind of hungry, so we'll probably hang out there and do that. Shark says, yo, dumb, that raw cone was me. Holla at your boy. Well, good, Shark. That was awesome. Congratulations. Make sure you tag me and tell me what that's like, how long that took, all that good stuff, how much weed it was, or email me, whatever's easier. But you can just tag me in the chat and I'll check it out. But
what do you think? How long do you think it took to smoke 3 ounces in one cone?
I don't know. Those things burn fast and run a lot of times. It all depends on how well it was packed and stuff. They can be really kind of a pain in the ass.
Imagine the stick you had to use to poke that thing, dude. It's like you're churning fucking butter.
I think it showed it, actually. I think I saw the stick sitting on the table there with it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I'm mistaken on the... So if you know, if you weren't watching at the beginning of the show, you don't know what we're talking about. There is a big 2-foot-long cone full of weed that...
that's the tube underneath.
There you go. So that's probably what you pack it with. You use that to help pack it. So... I would say it would probably take half hour, probably for that to burn, at least longer than that. I don't even know.
3 hours.
No way. 2 or 3 hours it'll stay lit for, you think?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dude, I smoked that I smoked that 2.5 gram. I smoked that 2.5 gram bat, and it was lit for 45 minutes.
Okay, that's a good point. All right, here he goes. Shark says, I got 2.5 ounces in it, infused with THC oil, and it took 2 hours to smoke. Wow, you were right. Holy shit. That's crazy.
How many people were smoking it, Shark?
That's a good question.
How did you hold it? Like when we used to smoke extendos like that, we would use 4 reps. So you'd go 2 wide and 2 long, and you would roll them. But then in order to smoke them, we would have to take a magazine and fold it into a hammock and hang on to it this way to keep smoking it, because you couldn't hang on to the whole thing without it tipping and bending over.
Oh, that's a good point. I wonder if that cone started to do that, if it started to bend as the resin kind of built up in it.
Like they had like some type of hammock that they used for it.
That's a good point. All right. Okay. So we'll have to hear how long, if it was just him, if there were more people or whatever. But 2 hours, I just feel like that's kind of I feel like it's a waste. Unless it's a ton of people that all threw in on a bunch of it and you guys are all smoking it for a couple hours, like together. That's different. But like just me sitting down and smoking that's a little nuts. 4 people. And he says they use the funnel.
Okay, I was about to say.
4 people, and we use the funnel to hold it still, is what he said. So there you go. All right. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. That was a 420 challenge. And if you want to watch me and Mikey smoke a bunch of weed on 420, you can go back and watch the 420 XL challenge. But now, somebody who's going to need some weed because yesterday, Curious George called in and he asked about somebody getting knocked out. If we've never knocked anybody out or if we've been knocked out. Well, I came across a story today. This is from Las Vegas. The story is about Raekwon Smith. He's 27 years old. He's a substitute teacher at Valley High School in East Las Vegas. And this happened on Thursday.
He was a linebacker for the Ravens.
Well, you're going to see what he does here in a minute. Apparently, hold on one sec. I got to pull this video over here. Which one do I want to use? I think we'll use this one. All right, there is, hold on, I'm trying to drag something and it didn't drag at all. There we go, this is the one I wanted. So what did I say the guy's name was, Mikey? I don't remember.
Raekwon Smith.
Raekwon Smith, that's right. It does sound like a player for the Baltimore Ravens. Anyway, there is a video that came out and I mentioned Raekwon is a substitute teacher at Valley High School. A video has come out of him getting into an altercation with the student. Because allegedly the student called him the N-word. And now this is a minor, obviously. This is in a high school. The kid, I don't know if I have the age of the kid here, but
was
certainly.
Was the kid also black or was he white?
Well, Mikey, I actually have video of the incident. I have 3 different angles of the incident. So I am going to play it for you. This is in Valley High School last Thursday, where a substitute teacher and a student got into a fight because the student allegedly called the teacher the N-word.
Oh!
Yeah, and then another one when he's on the ground
open
already.
hand slap. That was an open hand slap.
Still standing over him. A kid finally.
His head banged off the ground so hard.
Oh, yeah. This guy is in big.
He could have killed that kid. Man.
Absolutely could have killed that kid. He's 10 years older at least.
How old was this kid?
I don't know. I mean, he's in high school, so he's got to be between 15 and 18, right? 14 and 18? Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, there he is down on the ground. That was
He's
him,
smiling,
right?
dude.
He is smiling. Are you kidding me? And then he goes back. That was the teacher right there.
Yo, look how punch drunk that dude is. He's so goofy right now.
That was him at the end laughing.
Kid looked drunk, dude. He looked drunk.
This is the world we're
That's how
living
punch
in,
drunk
though.
that kid is.
We are living in a world.
One person tried to help him up, and there was 12 people around him with a camera in his face.
But this kid, yeah, that was one thing. I actually have a few different angles of this here. I dragged the right one. Oh, wrong one. I dragged that one twice. Hold on. What the hell was that?
Wasn't on my end. It sounded like your end.
I don't know what the hell that was.
The camera didn't move, so nothing really like.
That was really strange.
Shook.
Here's another view of it from right here. Check this view out. I got one more after this too.
Oh, God, that right slapped him, dude.
It's pretty crazy how this angle that they get is perfect. Oof. Good night.
Ooh. Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje. He actually hit him with a 2-piece, dude. Look at
Yeah, I know. He combos him. He tries to throw the over, comes underneath the quick jab, and then the cross. Poof. Good night.
Oh, one. He's out.
Yep. Out
and
cold.
His head, dude.
Yeah, you can barely see it.
Dude,
He's so lucky he
6
didn't hit
inches to a
the.
foot back further than that, and he hit the wall at that 90-degree angle, dude. It'd have broke his neck. Kid would have been dead right there on the floor.
Absolutely. And then the stand over too is crazy.
I want to see the slap.
Oh, listen to that slap. Jesus. Oh,
he's a bitch. Yeah, I gotta say, good for the teacher.
Oh, I gotta disagree with you, bro.
You can't drop that word and expect not to get slept.
Well, no, you have to understand that you're, again, I always talk about this. That guy's got to be holding himself to a higher standard than that. You can't. Oh, here, there's another angle of the kid on the ground here. All fucked up, actually. I want to see that again. Here he is on the ground.
I want to see if he's actually smiling.
Didn't look like it. It looked like he was all fucked up.
No. Yeah, he looks fucked up.
See them get him up. I love the kids laughing at him. That is him laughing.
Yo, wait, rewind it. Did he just say it again? Yeah.
Somebody says it. Somebody says it. Is it him?
It's him. It's him.
Oh my God, it is him.
Yo, fuck that kid.
Yeah, I agree.
That kid's gonna yo, wait till that kid's gonna come back to school, and all them black kids in the school are gonna whoop the shit out of him in a stairwell.
Oh, he's gonna get an absolute beatdown for sure.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, you can't.
Rightfully so too. Fuck
Can't
him.
do that as a teacher, man. You just gotta just take it.
I hope to God the kid's like 17 years old and he can be tried as an adult. He get not tried as an adult, but it's not considered. Well, it don't matter. They can't consider him an adult because he assaulted him. Fuck. Oh well.
One more angle. Boom. We got another angle. Here's where they kind of scrap, and then.
Oh, oh, that little Asian kid. Look at him. He just swats like a little girl, dude.
Yeah,
open hands and everything.
He's not a fighter, obviously, by any means. You definitely, though, the guy had the size. It's when you're a kid, that's man strength at that point.
Before. You just somebody that's flailing and swinging their arms like that. All you have to do is take one step back and pop, because everyone they just swing like this, dude. Open
weird.
hands and fists. Just step back.
That's usually when they get a spear from me. When those hands start doing this, you're getting speared. That's usually how it goes for me, so I can ground and pound you. But anyway, I think this teacher should
get charged with.
Teacher's going to be removed. He is no longer eligible to teach in the district. The police are investigating the matter. A litany of criminal charges. Litany of criminal charges, including battery resulting in serious bodily harm, assaulting a school pupil on school property, threatening to do bodily harm to a public school student, and interfering with a student from attending school, according to court records. Held on bail, $9,000 bail at the Clark County Detention Center, due to appear in court on Friday. The thing that I took the...
he going to jail.
Oh, yeah, he's fucked. He's in big trouble. I mean, he beat up a minor. What the fuck? You can't. I mean, I don't care what they say to you. You can't beat up a minor. You just can't. I always worry about that though. With me, like some kid fucks with my kid to the point where and nothing's getting done about it. I could see myself just losing my temper.
You go to prison.
Yeah, I could totally see it. But anyway,
I know I would if I had a kid.
I think the most intriguing thing about this whole thing is the kid's reaction after he got up. It was worth
it again. Like, it's so disrespectful.
Well, it was worth it to him to get that teacher in trouble. Yeah. It was worth potentially coming 6 inches from death, potentially, or paralyzation.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get that teacher in trouble. It's crazy. These kids are fucking out of control anymore.
That kid being a minor and a head trauma like that, he might be fucked for the rest of his life.
We just showed that.
Who knows what kind of damage that type of concussion is going to have?
Last week we showed that kid slapping that teacher. I mean, it's fucking out of control in these fucking schools anymore, man. I'm so glad.
Last week there was a kid slapping a teacher.
Yeah, remember we showed that video that remember because I thought the teacher might have been trans because the voice sounded a little bit off. Remember
Yep.
Okay,
I do remember that now.
He slapped the shit out of that teacher.
But the teacher just took it like a man.
Yeah, it sounded like one too.
Yeah, I remember that video now because I was impressed with the teacher's resolve.
Yeah. And it's funny, perfect timing, actually. I see a message down there from Amanda saying, I went to jail for it. I'm still on probation for it, and I'd do it again. Talking about protecting your kid from another kid. We all know the story of Amanda getting in trouble. Not everybody, but I don't feel like diving into that. But I have a story, actually, that kind of made me think of Amanda, because Amanda is a listener in our chat, and she's been a big fan of the show for a while. And I try to incorporate people who are in the chat a little bit, so if you're not in the chat, subscribe, get in the chat, and next thing you know, we might be talking about you. Or including you, at least not talking about you, but including you in stories, or you'll remind me of stories. I found this story about this girl who is, she's having trouble finding a job, Mikey. And I think it's really funny because I have tattoos. I like tattoos. You have tattoos. I think tattoos are artwork. I love them. But
I'm getting ready to go for a consultation for my next one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, I do want to get a sleeve done on my arm. I want to get all the different Superman over the years, all the different Superman shields in a sleeve.
Oh, nice. You should get that in like a like trail and something, have a whole thing written up.
Could be
I'm
pretty
going
cool.
to get a neck tattoo written up.
Okay, you just hit the nail on the head here, Mikey. So here's my thing. I love tattoos, but I'm very old school when it comes to tattoos. I don't necessarily like.
I don't like them showing.
I don't necessarily like them showing. And here's this video, and the reason I started thinking about that is this video. It kind of kicked everything into overdrive. Watch this video.
So I wanted to come on here and talk about something that is really starting to annoy me. So I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago, and they denied my application. They couldn't even call me. They just sent me some automated email. So I went in today and I was like, so what was the reason I didn't get hired? And she was like, oh, like you just like don't have enough experience. There was candidates that had like more experience than you. And, you know, I asked her if it was about my tattoos, obviously, because I know a lot of places don't like tattoos. She said that wasn't the reason. I don't feel like that's true, but whatever, I'll leave it at that. So I'm just wondering how, like, teenagers and young adults who haven't had a job before, how are they supposed to get employed if these places are only hiring people with experience? So younger people just can't get a job because they haven't worked enough. So like they'll deny a 16-year-old a job because they don't have enough work experience. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I do okay with money as is.
So yeah, I think we can all agree.
You got a fucking Satan on your chest, bitch.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say, Mikey. You have a goat, devil goat, with a Satan tattooed on the devil goat's head, pentagram, upside down pentagram too, which, you know, just a star basically, but when it's upside down like that, that's the Satan thing. She's got some sort of demonic spider thing on her neck, and then what looks
that
to
goes
be
all the way up to her lips, pretty much. Like the legs of the spider curl around the chin and go up like to both sides of her lip.
It's very weird. I mean, not weird. I mean, if you're into tattoos, I mean, they're okay. They're well done, I guess. But she's got the MGK.
And her whole fucking forehead is done. Like,
yep, she's got, and then
it's
piercings
excessive
around her mouth, major bull ring thing out of her nose. The tattoos on her forehead are, I actually think those are pretty cool out of all of them, but I don't like them being on her forehead. And that black arm where like she just completely made her arm blacked it out completely. That's just nuts. And I got to tell you,
And
like,
that doesn't even look like it's done that well. It's splotchy and shit. It looks horrible.
it does. It looks terrible. And I just had an incident where, because my daughter will work my photo booth for me sometimes, and the other day, a couple of weeks ago, she did it. And my daughter has a bunch of tattoos. She's got tattoos like down her thigh that go like around her knee, down to her calf. And she had a skirt on that was short enough that you could kind of see her tattoos. And the old conservative in me was like, ooh, I don't know if I like the tattoos showing here at a wedding. But then I was thinking to myself, I was like, but I'm not being a hypocrite, because if I did end up doing the sleeve, I would probably end up doing both arms just down to my elbows, because I wouldn't want it going down my forearms, just because I'm just too old school with that.
I don't get why somebody that like likes tattoos and enjoys tattoos, like I want every tattoo that I have to be visible. Like I want people to see that, like it's part of me.
You're right.
Like, when would anybody get to see your tattoos? When would anybody get to admire anything that you've spent thousands of dollars on?
No, that's a very valid point. It's a valid point, and I don't like show off my bod anyway. And honestly, the best part of my body is probably my forearms. It's the only thing that, like, B1 really never says I'm sexy, but she says I have sexy forearms, which is, I'll take it. I'll take it.
The Popeye forearms.
They're not big. They're just like, there's just no fat on my forearms. Everything else is all fat. Elbows down. I'm nice. I got nice, no fat arms. So, but anyway, it's such a weird thing to say.
You're skinny from your elbows to your fingers and your knees to your toes. Everything
true.
in the middle.
It's so true, because I have really thin toned calves. I have no fat. I don't have cankles. I got super thin ankles, man.
You got little
chicken
always
legs.
had little chicken legs.
Yeah. But my quads are big and strong. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Not big, but they're strong. Anyway, I have a very odd shape to me. But so I'm looking at this thing. It's quite clear she didn't get the job because of the tattoos. I think we can agree on that. And I as a business owner, or if I was a manager in a restaurant, or a manager, maybe not even a restaurant, anywhere where you're forward facing to the public, I would not hire that person. And I know that's so hypocritical, because I have tattoos and I like tattoos, but I just feel like I would not, because of other people.
Non-offensive tattoos, if they're not like Satan, like there's a certain line to be like drawn. Like if I got a giant like "fuck you" on my neck or some shit like that, then that's a problem. Like that's.
Yeah, that would be bad to get "fuck you" on your neck, or "fuck the world," or anything like that. But like even the one on her forehead's pretty like innocuous. It looks almost like some sort of Native American kind of tribal thing-ish, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell what it is.
Looks like a target to me.
Maybe some sort of third-eye DMT geometric pattern thing. I don't know. But either way, I just don't think, if it was all like that, not Satan-y or no spiders and goats and shit, if it was just more of that stuff that's on her forehead, I'd still feel the same way, because customers are so judgmental. You know what I mean? Like, I want the most bland looking person, basically. Or I tell you what, you take all those tattoos off her, because I spent more time looking at her boobs than I did at tattoos, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, she's got a great rack. Great rack and a nice skinny belly there. So yeah, it's that's what I spent most time looking at.
To be honest with you, like the opinions on tattoos have changed quite a bit. Like I can't tell you, like I go like figure I'm at 5 to 6 houses a day, 5 days a week for the last 20 years of my life. So I get to see everybody from every walk of life, from multi-million-dollar homes to $15,000 trailers every day. And I have never, like in the summertime, I'm sleeveless. My tattoos are showing. I'm wearing shorts. You can see my tattoos. Never once have I had somebody say anything, act any different. Everyone just asks questions about him. And like,
I just feel like I would.
What I get from some older people is, why would you spend that much money?
Yeah, I tell you what, it is a hard sell to spend. I mean, but it's art. Art costs money, and that's just all there is to it. And people are putting work into it and hours of their time. So. But I do understand your point, and I think I'm starting to come around a little bit more, wanting like for the fact that I want to go down even near my elbows. I might even go past my elbow a little bit. I still want to be able to roll up my shirt sleeves. No, I could never do anything like that. I could never do that.
You go to weddings, everyone would judge you at a wedding.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I put Darla
It's a little
on my
bit
neck
different for your profession too. Yeah, it would be a little bit different for you at a wedding because that's like a different type of an event. Like that would you're supposed. Yeah, I get where you're coming from on that point of view for your profession.
Yeah. All right. Let me grab this phone.
And I want to push the limit with my profession and see what the corporate world thinks.
They're not gonna like it for long. I'm sure they're gonna probably put you in a fucking long sleeve corporate shirt that's got their logo on it or something. Diana, you're on another dumb show. Sorry, Mikey.
Hey guys, what's up?
Not much. What's up?
Hey, what's up, money?
Hey, so regarding this tattoo girl, like, what is a business's main purpose?
Make money, serve customers.
Right. So if this girl walked in, they're never going to be honest about why they didn't hire her. They're never going to say it's your piercings, it's your tattoos. But if they can see putting her on the front line of their business, whether it be a cashier or on the floor, if they can figure out, okay, a demographic, say older people, are going to be offended by what she looks like, her tattoos, her piercings, that's going to take money away from them. So of course they're not going to hire her.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like and again, I would be. Well, this is a bad example of this girl because her boobs are so good. I would just be staring at her boobs. Make this girl flat, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I don't know about this. I don't know about this, TJ Maxx. I don't know.
And it's funny. I've got a different opinion of like face tattoos compared to like neck tattoos. Like I think a face tattoo is like well overboard, and you're trying to cast yourself out of society.
Right. I mean, like, look, that Post Malone, Jelly Roll, those guys all have face tattoo. I mean, the Jelly Roll guy's face is jacked up. I mean,
I think Post has more on his face than Jelly Roll does.
But it almost seems like it works for him. I don't know. Jelly Roll's just so beastly.
Jelly Roll's like his face tattoos look like jail tattoos, dude.
Totally. I mean, he's got the teardrop. Does that mean he killed someone? If you have that teardrop there, or does it have to be off?
It's not a real teardrop.
It's not? Is there a specific
You're talking
version?
about the line on his left eye?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a teardrop. I don't know what that is. But yeah, teardrop.
Did you see he's getting sued for his name?
I did see that. Yeah, I saw he's some other band named Jelly Roll said that they were Jelly Roll first. So, but you didn't.
Jelly Roll something. I don't remember what the name is, but it's Jelly Roll something.
I want to be like, guys, you didn't make it. You didn't. He made it. You didn't. He won. You know what I mean? Like it's like he beat you to it. I guess so.
The way I think about that is, okay, don't sue him because anytime someone Googles, you're going to come down the line somewhere in the Google search, and maybe someone will click on it.
Yeah, and if everything is like you're just suing a successful artist, you're definitely not going to gain any listeners that way.
I'm just like I don't know why it made me laugh, but I found when I Googled Jelly Roll, it actually popped up with this. It showed an actual fucking Jelly Roll. So I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but it did. So anyway,
hungry.
I know I must be hungry. So all right, Diane, I'm gonna let you go. Take it easy.
See ya.
Later. Crystal says, I bet B1 would love tatted forearms. I don't know. I'd have to ask her about that. She never seems to be. I don't think she's, because I've told her about me wanting to get the sleeves before. So speaking of that, if you know somebody around here or if you are a tattoo artist or you know somebody around here who is a good artist who might be able to draw tattoos, have them email me their info, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com, because I really want to get these done at some point, and I need to get the artwork done for it too, obviously before I can get them tattooed. So anybody who knows any good artists, let me know. Or
it's so hard to find an artist. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like the guy that I was going through, I don't ever even know what happened to him. So I don't know. I don't like.
They move around. They're like carnies, dude. They're so unpredictable. You have no idea. They can just bounce from state to state. They're nomads for their whole life.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. All right. I'm looking to see. I have other stuff to talk about, but it's getting late. Here, we'll end with this actually. It's kind of a silly story. Not silly, it's actually an awful story, but
Oh, I thought we were going late tonight.
we could keep going. You want to keep going? I didn't know if you had something to do. So shit, yeah, I got something else we can talk about.
I ain't
here.
got shit going on.
I got a story that actually I think
Oh, and I sent you that text too.
Well, you sent me a text about
about the DA in Rochester getting pulled over and her refusing to do anything the cop said.
All right, I'll have to read that. That's going to be
You're gonna have to get it later. It's a Facebook
right.
link too.
All right, perfect. Okay. Right now, Mikey, there is now you have talked before about how you are a you're not, there's guys that are showers, there's guys that are growers, there's guys that when they grow they're long, they're pencils. There's other guys that are short Coke cans. You said that that's your MO. You're a short Coke can kind of guy. You got
Not a short Coke can. No, I'm just girthy with a hammerhead.
Okay, so big, so girthy guy. Well, here is a story that actually, because you said that, it made me think of you. This has been going. I was thinking about your dick. This is a story that's been going viral over the past week. So I'm going to let this play out, and then we'll kind of dive into it.
What do you do, and how much do you make?
So I'm an OnlyFans content creator. I'm in the top 0.1% of earners on the platform worldwide. Between $40,000 and $80,000 a month.
What is your weekly work week like?
So typically I'll probably shoot a couple of times a week and edit the videos, spend a lot of time marketing. I'd say I spend 60 to 80 hours a week working.
How long have you been in that role for?
I went full time a year ago. So it's been a pretty big year. I've traveled to the States a few times to shoot content with some big names. I make videos. It's been really fun.
Do you ever get judgment from peers, and how do you overcome that? Or are you just I don't care?
No, I'm pretty lucky. As a man, not many people judge you for being a sucker. I got a lot of female friends who have been cut off from their family and things like that. As a man, it's just handshakes and high fives from everyone.
Does your work impact your romantic relationships?
Yeah, it has lately. It's always been fun, and I'm not really looking for anything serious, so it's always great. But there's been a few times where girls will find out what I do, and then the plans fizzle out.
Do you ever get recognized?
Yeah, I have. I started showing my face a year ago. And yeah, it's been wild. Usually when people are drunk, they'll come up to me and say something, which is fun.
We're from a new jobs app called Get Ahead, and we operate like Tinder. So that means people can apply for jobs and also hire just by swiping right.
Oh. Okay, so there you go. That was an ad for Get Ahead that he did. Now this guy...
What a horrible name of an app.
He just... Yeah, I know. It is kind of... Well, it's kind of silly, actually, that they're interviewing him. I think the Get Ahead is kind of their... That's kind of the gimmick.
I thought it was funny when he said... I went to the States to make a few videos, and he
was he going did he do that? I didn't see him do that. I didn't even notice that.
Really subtly.
So this guy is I'm going to play this other video of him talking about the actual video that he was just in. He kind of, TikTok, you can talk over another video. I'm going to let this play out, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this guy, and it's going to blow your fucking mind.
I'm going viral on Twitter right now for a street interview I did a while ago. It went viral on TikTok when it came out, and it's now popped off on Twitter, millions of views and bookmarks, and it was posted yesterday afternoon. So it's blown up pretty quick. It was a completely random interview. I clearly wasn't dressed for being on camera, getting millions of views. I'm running errands in the city at that point. But I thought it was interesting to talk about what I spoke on the video. The lady interviewing me asked me what my friends and family think about my career. And I told her that because I'm a guy, everyone loves it. It's handshakes and high fives. But a lot of the women I know aren't as lucky. They kind of get, a lot of persecution and judgment from the people in their lives. And it's been really interesting watching this play out on Twitter because it's essentially proving me right. I read the comments, I read the quote tweets, and it's guys praising me for doing it, saying they want to do it too, or it's people pointing out the fact that no one's really giving me a hard time for doing it. There's probably only been a couple dozen negative comments out of this whole thing. And if I was a woman, it would be thousands. Nearly every comment would be calling me low value.
Fucking bullshit. Agree.
Feel free to look for the tweet. Heads up, Twitter has a lot of non-family friendly content on there, so exercise caution. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting and thought I'd share.
So I don't know if you're wondering why I'm playing this random story about this random OnlyFans guy.
The double standard that's woven through it.
There's a little bit to it. Honestly, I that angle is really not. I'm just a little bit more. Well, Jesus Christ, this guy, he's an OnlyFans creator. He goes by the Girth Master. He's 30 years old, from Brisbane, Australia. He is now known as the Down Under Wonder and the Girth Master. This guy is 8 inches long, which is good for him. That's pretty good. That's good sized dick right there.
Damn.
Just 8 inches right in itself is good. This is where it gets a little.
Yeah,
Hey.
girth to that though.
This is where it gets crazy. The reason he calls himself the Girth Master is he has a 7-inch circumference penis.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's.
Hang on. Wait. Please wait. I'm measuring this right
now.
Hang on.
Please do it. All right,
Hang on.
perfect.
Right
I don't
back.
have any. All right, cool. Mikey's going to get a tape measure. And we'll figure out exactly how big a 7-inch circumference penis is. Like maybe we'll get a pop can and measure around that and see how big that is. But I guarantee, I got to see this thing. I got to see what this fucking thing looks like. I'm almost willing to go check out the guy's OnlyFans to try to see what this giant thing looks like. I'm as straight as an arrow. You guys know me. I spent half that last clip talking about that girl's boobs. But at this point, I gotta see what this guy's working with. He's going by the Girth Master. He's got 7.5 inches or whatever, just going around. That's pretty fucking incredible. This guy. So, all right, Mikey's back.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, you got an actual.
Right, let's
all right.
see here.
Are you gonna measure a cord?
String. Yep.
Perfect.
We're gonna go with a fucking soda can to start.
Soda can to start. Let's see how far around that is then. All right, perfect. All right, so let's measure that.
Dude,
then.
It's gonna be a fucking soda can, or a little bit less. I guarantee it.
All right, so we're measuring here. Hold it up a little bit, Mike.
Soda can. Hang on.
Up a little higher.
Soda can is 9 inches.
9 inches around. So back that down to 7 inches.
Hang on. I've got a big pill bottle here, tall guy.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, that's good size girth there. I mean, that's a lot right there, just if it is.
Exactly 7.
7 inches? So hold that fucker up.
Around.
Hold that fucker up.
This dude's hammer is.
Let's see it the other way. Like turn it the bottom up so we can see how thick it is. Oh, that's a lot of dude. It's 8 inches, that big around. So you measuring yourself? You think you can hang with the Girth Master? Go get yourself worked up and go get that thing stuck on the end of your cock.
Dude, you don't think me hanging on to something like this, like I can know exactly how far my fingers have to wrap around. Like I know the exact size of my packer ball.
Oh, that's so funny.
I've got to be like 6.5, 6.
Good for
this
you.
Is real close.
That's awesome, man. Good for this dude. Hey, 8 inches, 7 inches around. This is a
Yo, I've got a 6x6, bro.
Good for you, dude. Good for That's the best 6-pack to have, baby.
Yeah, bro. I got a 6x6. I don't got no 6-pack, bitch, but I got 6 inches and 6 inches for you.
Oh, that's funny stuff. All right, I'm just kind of looking back here and seeing if I miss any chats. Gabriella wants me to
I think the double
drink more
standard
wine.
part of it is absolutely horrible.
No, you're absolutely right. It is crazy the slut shaming that goes on with these women. I don't get it. We saw it earlier with that Karen pulling down that girl's skirt. I will never. Is it just like that they feel ugly, or especially to interject yourself into something?
Yeah.
When other girls like see a girl post something sexy and then they say, Well, put some
They get all
clothes on,
catty.
or yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if it's got to be truly a jealousy thing. It's kind of, we talked about it earlier. Like, why would you put your energy there? Like, what do you fucking give a shit
Yeah, and
if you like
it's
just
not even like I get that it's a jealousy thing, but what women have to understand is it don't matter what you look like, how big you are, anything like that. If you start posting content and you're confident, there is a section of human beings that will find you and give you money.
yeah,
Like
there
there
like
is
I'm the
nothing, no
worst.
stone unturned.
Yeah, there's a niche for everybody. Like I am the most stereotypical niche guy. Like I like tan blondes with big boobs. Like that's always, yeah, I mean, whatever. So like that's my thing. I like, skinnier, in shape. I've never really been. I'm
Oh,
very shallow
petite,
because of
petite,
I use
flat-chested, big ass for me.
see, I'm very shallow, I think, because I used to be so, I'm obviously still fat, but when I was 400 pounds, like I have a weird, I'm fattest now. I really have become fattest. I really am, I don't, I look at people who are overweight now and I go, I lost it. Why the fuck can't you? I did it.
Because
You
you've
know?
actually went through it and you know that it's something that can be done, and you know that everyone that says that they're super happy the way they are and body positivity and all that, they're just hiding behind that shit.
It's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. I don't
Yep.
care. Fucking Lizzo is the most unhappy person on the fucking planet. I don't care what she tries to tell you. That bitch hates her fucking life.
Her flat pancake ass.
I mentioned Gabriella said more wine, dumb, but then right below that, Dawn says, dumb barter? LOL, you would need something that's not B1s to barter. What the fuck does that mean? I don't own my own things? I don't even fucking understand what that means. What a fucking weird ass comment.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, people are weird, dude. And why would I barter for a tattoo? Wouldn't I just pay for it? Like these fucking people again. This weird energy, man. I'm looking around this house. The only thing in this room that I didn't pay for myself is the computer that my dad got for me. So every single thing in this house I bought. So nothing against B1, but
Well, I mean,
no idea what the fuck this girl's talking about.
This person obviously doesn't know what they're doing anyways, because they don't have the wherewithal to change their name. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
They
I
want
don't care
full
about
government for a YouTube that.
I don't care.
I'm just saying it says something about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know what I'd like to know what the hell they were talking about though.
And Crystal says a pill bottle isn't that big. Come on, guys. He just measured it. We just saw and it's not like a skinny pill bottle like you're used to.
It's a big pill bottle.
Yeah, it's a big thick one that they give you pre-rolls in, so you can stick a whole bunch of them in there. Let's see here. What else do I have here? All right, I got one other little quick. You know what? Hold on, Mike. You hold the fort for a sec. I'm going to grab another brew dog here real quick.
That's fine. I'm checking the chat here. Irish Ronnie saying he likes thick girls. Yes, please. Amanda's talking about her kitty. Oh, Herman's on a roll right now. I think Herman has been drinking a little bit. He still looks a little horned up.
All right, here we go.
He's giving advice in here how to find the G spot.
The magical G spot? Isn't it supposed to be the little spongy area?
Herman knows right where it is, and he says you don't need anything over 4 inches to find it.
That's what they say, though. It's supposed to be right there. You could feel that little spongy area. But I've also heard that's a total myth. The actual
There's some
spot.
girls that get off through penetration and they have their own little spot in there, and then there's other girls that just get off through the clitoris stimulation.
Right,
You just got to talk to the girl you're with and find out what she likes.
Good call. I have a crazy story here, and then I think we'll probably wrap it up after this next one. Oh, go ahead. What? John Doe, do you chopping lines? No, he's looking at his phone to read the chat, you dipshit. Oh, people are so dumb. All right, so
how would I be chopping lines? Like you can't even nothing's even moving. Like
It's just always, it's always something. Where is this other? I know it's okay though. Where is this other last video I had? Where did it go? What the fuck? Where's the video I just downloaded? All right, hold on. We got a major problem here. Where did that video go that I wanted? I have one last video I wanted to end with. I have this story, Mikey. If you, let's say, I know this would never happen because you're not a piece of shit. If you were to, if you say you got in trouble for some sort of sexual thing, some kind of sexual assault.
Oh yeah, no, that'd never happen.
They offer the option of jail or chemical castration or physical castration.
Gonna become a eunuch.
Wait, so eunuch is the chemical castration, or are you saying you have you have three options?
It all up. Eunuch, you had nothing physically. I'm just saying I'd become a eunuch. I said it as a joke, but I don't know. Okay, so here's the question as well. If I go to jail for it, do I still have to register as a pedo for the rest of my life? Because if you have to be registered for it and be on a map and kids can't come to your house for Halloween, you know what I'm saying? Like all this like crazy stuff, or you have to have a sticker on your license plate or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense. Like jail, I wouldn't pick, but I would probably pick chemical castration.
Well,
chemical castration means what? I just can't get nobody pregnant, right? That ain't
no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. I think it does something to where you're not even able to get hard. You have no libido. It just completely kills any sex drive you would have, and you're not able to get it up.
Yeah, but you can fix that nowadays. So I'd have the doctor chemically castrate me, and then I'd go have him fill me up with some kind of oil, so I just walk around with a heart on all day.
All right. Well, the reason I ask is because there's a man from Springfield, Louisiana. He was sentenced to 50 years behind bars. Oh, okay. So this isn't a choice. Never mind. Okay, my bad. All right. He was sentenced to 50 years behind bars. Well, hold on. This doesn't make any sense, this story then.
And also, I think any like serious sexual predators or anybody that takes advantage of children should be put in jail for the rest of their life. They do not get a second chance. I don't believe in minor attracted people.
Isn't that like weird? Get the fuck out of here with I always hear them say that on Joe Rogan always mentions that the minor attracted people. Now I've never seen that in the news or any. I've only heard him refer to that. I've never ever heard it in the news. Never seen a news story about it. Nothing. I've just only heard him say this.
Neither have I. But he's like super fixated on it.
I know. He really is. Anyway, so this story
Max
is
Holloway interview.
Yeah, no, I know that's on today. I gotta watch that. That fucking moon landing video. That moon landing guy that shit's crazy. That was just fucking nuts.
He's like, anyway, I'm just gonna stick with calling it a theory, other than you saying it's factual.
Basically, yeah.
It's fun that way.
So this Glenn Sullivan guy is 54 years old. He was a piece of shit. He raped a 14-year-old girl. He got sentenced to 50 years in jail. So he's gonna be there till he's 104 years old. But if
up
there's
for parole after how long? 25 then.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. But is in addition to his sentence in jail, he had the choice of chemical or physical castration, and he chose to be physically castrated 1 week before his release date. And that's the way it works. So, quote, it has to be done no later than 1 week prior to his release, so they could do it immediately or they could wait. So they could castrate him tomorrow, or they could wait until he's 104 years old. It's like totally fucking crazy and fucking weird, man. I can't imagine
see what chemical castration is. No, hormone therapy is a procedure that uses drugs to lower the production of sex hormones in the testicles. It can be used to treat hormone-related cancer, such as breast cancer. It doesn't. Yeah, so it's different surgical castration, which involves removing the gonads. Oh, all right. So chemical or physical castration is they just lop the balls off.
That's why I'm talking about this. This guy willingly said, yes, cut my balls off. That's why I'm talking about this. Are you fucking kidding me?
I thought they lopped the whole fucking thing off. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a bag for the rest of your life or something.
Oh no, you lose the balls because without the balls, you can't get it up. That's where all the hormones come from, in your balls, and then it mixes with the juice that comes out of your gut.
Can you still get hard after chemical castration? Men who are castrated often are still able to have an erection and use their penis and is capable to have intercourse. Their sex drive is diminished because the testicles are no longer present to produce testosterone, but the drive is not eliminated. So you can still use your pecker.
Cut off or chemically castrated, you can still use it. Really?
Yep.
Your dick can
Well,
still
no, that
get
just
hard?
said chemical. It says chemical castration. Let me see.
Wow,
Hang on,
this
I'll
is
ask
crazy.
Google.
I'm just blown
Can
away
I
by this whole
still-
thing that this guy, I mean, I don't care. He's a piece of shit. So go ahead, cut his fucking shit off. I really don't care. But I just find the whole thing
I
to
hope
be,
he doesn't survive jail. I hope he becomes somebody's prag right away.
I mean, that's usually how that goes, right? I mean, those guys are the ones that get the worst of the time in there. So,
What is it?
but yeah.
Can still have an erection after any type of castration, but it can cause dry ejaculation or retrograde ejaculation, which is ejaculation backwards. What the fuck is ejaculation backwards, bro? I'm
But
going
it
down a
sounds
rabbit
like
hole.
sounds like I kind of want to try it. And
I know. I want to find out. Reverse ejaculation.
I'm not sure what's going on. There's trying to catch up with what's going on with the chat. There's a John Doe in there getting all fired up, and I see Diana's going back and forth. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Origin of it all?
I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, Mike, you want to hear the craziest? You want to see the craziest thing about this story? Is, so that guy volunteered. He volunteered to get his dick cut off. And the craziest part of the whole thing is, this is who they actually. This is the person that's in charge of cutting off the dicks.
Hell no. It's the Hulk in this baby. He's gonna run out of breath soon.
He does.
Yeah, he's almost out of gas. Okay.
Hung lắm. Ủa nó chọc xe kìa.
Yo, he's gonna pop
Rút
the
vào
tires.
ra ra.
I watched that video about 100 times. I fucking love that
She just
video.
took that knife away from him like it's like every other day. Okay, come on, little.
Well, that was
Scotty, give
after
me that
he
knife
already.
back.
Did you see the part where he'd actually stabbed her with it accidentally? She tries to grab it from
see
him.
The very beginning of the video.
Yeah,
I was
she
trying to
tries.
figure out what's going on with John Doe, but I don't see any.
Oh, you
like
totally,
he's not in there. He must
you
have
totally missed my joke then. That this is the guy who's cutting off the guy's balls. You totally missed the joke. Oh, no wonder you didn't laugh. You didn't hear it.
Good one though. Yeah. Don't let
But
it go,
no,
yeah.
watch the mom. The mom tries to grab it, and then they cuts her.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But she stays all chill. Listen to him. Listen to the grunting.
He can't even walk down a hill. Bro. I feel so bad for that kid. No kid should be that big.
Oh no, absolutely not. This is actually a huge problem in China right now. I don't know if you know this.
Dude,
Childhood.
I always see kids like that. I see kids like that are that big, and like I can't figure out why or like what the fuck is going on.
It's
I don't see
because
kids like that here in America.
it is because they have recently started letting fast food into China over the past 10 years or so. Maybe it was a little longer than that.
Well, they never had fast food there.
They didn't have fast food, and now they there is a whole culture around just hanging out at fast food restaurants. Fast food China
Really?
culture. Yeah, there's a whole fast food in China is popular, includes American chains. China, they love KFC. I know KFC is one of the things they really go hard on. So it's like 30 years it's been on. They've had fast food in China in the past 30 years. But what
Really?
is
Well, I
the-
guess. I
I'm
wonder.
trying
I
to
just want to know how the fuck can a kid that get that big, like you just feed him everything?
I don't know, but I've seen tons of. I wish I could find the news story I found a while back about the way that they just hang out at KFC, and you would do that in middle school, high school. You'd go hang out at the
High
McDonald's
school,
or whatever.
there was a 7-Eleven up the street. Like we would all kick it there and loiter there until the police or the school's resource officer would make us leave.
They all go and just hang out at a KFC, and they just sit and eat KFC and talk and talk about how they're going to take over Joe Biden, and and that's it. So they do a whole bunch of eating, and they're getting fatter and fatter in China. So we might end up having a chance because they are getting fat as fuck, just like we are here in America.
They're gonna have a bunch of like giant fat meatball soldiers. We're gonna have a bunch of blue-haired trannies running across the battlefield. It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Did you see that Joe was on old Joe Biden was on Howard Stern today? He did an interview with him.
Oh God, have I lost all respect for Howard?
Dude, I got to tell you, I used to love this dude, and this was the most softball
COVID
ass.
changed that dude for the rest of his life, dude.
Just
him
he changed
refusing
a
to
while
leave his house
back.
for all that time. and all
Nah,
that shit.
when he got that money from Sirius, he turned into a hardcore Democratic donor, friends with Hillary, all that. That's when he got that money, he could actually try to influence some stuff. And so he's been a hardcore Dem for a long time, and he's gone through a change. If you listen to that show, he's not the same shock jock he used to be. He's a neurotic.
Like he's been conditioned and groomed by an intelligence agency to push all kinds of shit to his millions and millions of listeners.
Well, he just isn't like, it's not sex and, him criticizing a lot. I mean, he just talks about everything he hates, basically, I guess. But I don't know. I haven't watched it that much, but the little bit I've watched, it's very different than it used to be in the past with the whack pack and all that shit. So Joe Biden goes on there today, and Howard asks him about, and this clip is real short, and then it goes right into another clip. So bear with me a little bit because it's a little bit hard to understand. So Mikey, here is Joe Biden answering the question about whether he'll have a debate with Trump.
I don't know if you're going to debate your opponent. I am somewhere. I don't know when.
What a pussy, by the way. He can't even fucking.
I am somewhere. I don't know when.
Well, no. Howard can't even call him by his name. You're gonna debate your opponent. No, his name is. He's the former president, Donald Trump. And I'm not a Trump guy, but the fucking guy was the president. Give him the fucking courtesy of calling him.
Address him as the president.
Yeah, you're gonna debate.
President
You're
Trump.
gonna debate the former president. That's how you're supposed to say that, not your opponent. Give me a fucking break.
I don't know if you're going to debate your opponent. I am somewhere. I don't know when. I'm happy to debate him. I got put in that 10 most.
All right, so that's where it cuts into a second clip. But so if you didn't hear what he says,
I am somewhere. I don't know when. I'm happy to debate him.
So there you go. Joe Biden.
When it is, Joe.
Joe Biden is now claiming that he is willing. Oh, this is a big deal, though, Mikey, because neither of them said they were willing to debate. Both of them said, "I don't need to debate.
Trump
I'm not
doesn't
going
want
to
to
debate."
debate. He doesn't have to.
As a matter of fact, Mikey, I have information
Now he
that would
wants
say otherwise.
So thank you very much. This is 8 days that we've all been sitting in this courthouse. This is all a Biden indictment. It's in order to try and win an election, political opponent, and nothing like this has ever happened. 8 days. As you know, the economy's falling apart now. Now you're seeing it, very little growth. It's going to get worse. Oil prices are going up. You have the college campuses all over closed down. Our country's going to hell.
Going to hell.
And we sit here day after day after day, which is their plan. Because they think they might be able to eke out an election, but I doubt it, because the poll numbers are very good for us. I just want to say that I've invited Biden to debate. He can do it anytime he wants, including tonight. I'm ready. Here we are. I invited him to the courthouse that he has us tied up in with his administration. This is all being done through Washington. It's a well-coordinated attack on a political opponent. But I'm here. I'm ready, willing, and able.
I love this.
And if he wants, I'll do it on Monday night, Tuesday night, or Wednesday night. We'll be in Michigan, a state that he's destroyed because of the auto industry. We're not going to have any jobs left in Michigan. No auto jobs left in Michigan. They're all going over to China and other places with this ridiculous EV mandate, electric vehicle mandate. But we're willing to do it Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, or Friday night on national television. We're ready.
We'll do it in a house with a mouse because he's a louse. We're on a box with some locks.
Did you hear him? He said, I'll debate Biden anywhere.
Yeah.
Didn't even give him the title of president.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. I didn't even pick up on that. But yeah, okay, so I picked up on it when Howard did it, but not that. But all right, so let's let him finish here.
Just tell me where. We'll do it in the White House. That would be very comfortable, actually. But you tell me where. But
Oh,
we're
what a
ready.
great line. What a great line. Did you hear that? We could do it at the White House, actually. I'm very comfortable there. Well, that was a good line. Good for him.
Yeah.
God, he's got some zings, dude. I got to give him credit. I can't fucking stand
He's sharp
him, really,
as a
but
tack, dude.
he's got some
He's gonna
zings.
run and walk all the fuck over Biden if they
Oh,
actually
in a
do this
debate? There is no way the Democratic Party will let Joe Biden debate Donald Trump. He will get chewed up and spit out.
Either that or they're gonna shoot him up with so much fucking meth that he's gonna be lucid for the first time in 20 years.
So much fucking what is that? The squid juice or whatever to help with the brain omega shit, like the squid oil or whatever. They're gonna fucking mainline that shit. Oh, that's good. All right. Well, I think that's it. I don't need to hear another minute of Trump blustering at that point, but I think we get the picture. It looks like the two of them will be. CYX brings up a very good point. I did forget about this. So Trump, he's in court for this hush money thing, right? He's been falling asleep in court.
Indictment.
Whatever it is. He's been falling asleep in court.
He's got to save his energy. He's got 4 more years to handle, bro.
Well,
got to conserve when you can.
Did you hear that he said he's too feeble to sit in court all day long? This is what he's saying.
The guy's an active guy, dude. He's got shit he's supposed to be doing. His brain only works when he's firing on all cylinders and having to work, dude. Having to sit there and listen to this bullshit all day.
Too feeble for court, but he can be the president of the free world or leader of the free world. So I love it. I know he's saying that just for court to get through the court case, and they give old people
dude, if this
preferential
actually goes
treatment.
to an election, it's going to be a landslide for Trump.
Oh, especially now. Well, I don't know. Joe Biden's fighting back. Did you see what his big move was today to try to secure the black vote?
Oh no! Oh Jesus Christ! What do you do now?
He decided that he was not going to outlaw menthol cigarettes.
Hell yeah! I can still smoke Newports if I ever fall off the wagon. Appreciate it, Joe.
Isn't that fucking great? And that's a very stereotypical comment to say that he's doing it to secure the black vote. But let's be honest, Newports, those are what black dudes smoke. Mostly black people.
Black cigarette.
It's a black cigarette. Let's not fucking deny that.
Is.
Black dudes love. I don't know. Every single black cool. That was the other one. I was trying to remember what it was. It was cool. Yeah, Cools and Newports. And every white dude that wanted to be black smoked Cools or Newports that I knew at least. So.
The fuck you trying to say?
You got to fit in with the crowd, right? But no, anybody who did drugs too also did menthol because they were better. It helped enhance the buzz, is what I always was told.
It's just a harsher hit, and when you're all numb and can't feel your throat anyways, might as well have the harshest thing you can to feel something, because you sure as shit can't feel a Parliament or a Marb Light after doing some booger sugar.
Yeah. No, thank God I never got into cigarettes, and that made me sick. They made me so sick I couldn't.
I smoked my first line and my first cigarette the same exact time, and that's when I got addicted to both.
Yeah, that's good. The two most addictive things in the world. Let's mix them at once. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The dude put a bunch of it on the end of the cigarette, so I got the little niff, and then I got the smoke too, and I went straight to the bank, took out $400 of graduation money, and disappeared for 72 hours.
Oh man, see, that's the thing. I always stopped myself before I spent. I don't think I ever spent more than $400 or $500 on Yay in one sitting.
I spent 500 at that moment. I spent my whole graduation money on 2 balls.
It was a good night, though. But you had a good fucking time, didn't you?
It was a good 72 hours, dude. My parents were getting ready to call the police.
Because they had no idea what happened to you? You just...
18 years old, and I disappeared 2 days after my girlfriend broke up with me.
Oh, so they were fucking, they had no idea. And had you been a partier at that point at all or anything? Were you like...
Yeah, weed smoking and shit like that, but I had never done anything hard. And I had a pact with my best friend at the time. Like, we used to sit in this loser's basement all day, play video games, smoke weed. And we would watch these guys that owed the drug dealer money all the time. And the drug dealer would always tell me and my buddy Jeff, not the Jeff, you know, another Jeff.
Okay.
He would always tell us, stay the fuck away from this. You see these losers and the amount of money they owe us and everything like that. Dude, I'll never sell it to you. And then when it came, you know, the breakup and everything like that, I was like, yo, you gotta. And he charged me $40 for one line. He tried to like price me out of it so I wouldn't spend it. He was like, it's super expensive, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, just give me one. And he was like, $40, whatever. And I gave him the $40, and then it was
on from there.
Fell in love. Fell in fucking love.
Yeah. It's a good time.
And then I spent the last 20 years of my life chasing that first 3 minutes.
What am I hearing? An echo of
Because you
myself
ain't ever
from?
getting that first 3 minutes back ever again.
Is your computer on or something? Like the sound, the speaker?
Nope.
I'm hearing myself somewhere. I have no idea where that's coming from.
Is your monitor turned up again?
No, it's turned down.
No, I heard it now.
I just did that. I did that for a second. Now
all right. I was about to
yeah,
say,
I
you
don't know.
sounded like the fucking powerful Oz.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on. So, all right. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. I got a bonfire to go to. I got to get something to eat. I'm hungry as fuck. So, Mikey, appreciate you coming and hanging out tonight. Love you, dude. Have a great weekend. I
Love you,
will
buddy.
catch you on Monday, hopefully. All right?
All right. See you.
All right. Later, bro. All righty, guys. I think that is going to wrap things up for us tonight. I appreciate all of you guys coming to hang out. Yeah, sorry, Diane, I heard that too. I don't know what that weird echo was. That was very strange. So, well, anyway, happened at the end of the show, so at least we made it through the whole thing. If you guys have not already hit the thumbs up, please take a second to hit the thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I am aiming to be back live on Monday at 7, but you guys know how things go. My kids are out of town, so they're in Florida right now, so I think we'll be fine. But I think that's going to wrap it up. Go Cavs! Let's try not to have a shitty game like you did yesterday against the Magic. Let's try to actually get a dub here and not shit the bed like we did yesterday. So, go Cavs. I am out of here. See ya.